Hey, okay. I'm gonna try to get it together. All right, it's almost 2 a.m. here, down south, dirty South Alabama. Beachy's on, late night. I'm not even supposed to be up right now. I'm supposed to be asleep, y'all. So that was my plans to be asleep by midnight, up by 5, 6, 7, whatever, to do what I got to do. Well, that didn't happen, and I'll get into why that didn't happen. I started finishing up uh, some notes, reviewing all of the debauchery going on in the Black Manosphere and just Pearly things coming in there, doing the Millie Rock. Just Pearly went through the goddamn on Black Manosphere, Millie rocking on every block, okay, and leaving a whole trail of goddamn saltine motherfucking crumbs as she go and is not caring about it, okay? Just Pearly went through the Black Manosphere doing the goddamn Millie Rock on every block, leaving no stone unturned. And as norm, usually, I really don't care because I just don't care like that. But hey, y'all, I see y'all in the comments. This time, I thought at the very minimum it's entertaining. At the very minimum, it's a little bit of entertainment to see a person being brought in of a different race to a predominantly male black community, being brought in with the hopes of trying to hurt others, crush others, it backfiring, okay, and then now they're the ones being crushed and hurt, and after all of that, hoorah, yeah, it's entertaining to watch, but more than that, for me and a person of my caliber, okay, of my age bracket, we like to get down to the psyche and break down what a person's doing, how they're moving, and if it's in line with what we think. That's in my area, okay? In my area, in my community, in my women, you already know what it gives, you know what you get, you know how we deliver it, and it is pretty much, for the most part, not flawed, okay? You're not going to get it much better than over here. I don't need to be a part of anybody's space or community. I'm in enough of those already that have some rapport and respect. Ain't that much anybody on this app can do for me. That being said, this didn't go like I thought it was going to go. Okay. It should have been a very simple. Now I don't like watching watching and listening for hours. I take the notes. I don't want to play the video. I really don't like doing that. That's not my thing. Y'all know I'm on the lighter side, the comedic side. I'm more over an entertainment channel. I just switched over to being an educational. Okay, so I'm gonna assess the situation from a point of view that could be backed up. Okay, not my opinion doesn't really matter. Nobody cares about your goddamn opinion. That's the problem with some of you people, especially some of you men out there. You still believe that what you think matters, and it doesn't. It's only what can be proved, what's really going on, and for me, the depths of your mentality. How deep can you go? Okay, I know some of you I don't know keep sweat, but the ones of us that do keep sweat say, how deep is your love? Well, I want to know how deep is your brain capacity. I want to know, bitch, you want to know how deep? I see you, hey baby. How deep can you take me down a path to find out information that I didn't know or quite yet studied? Now, being the nerd that I am, okay, being the pretty black nerd that I am, you just can't tell me anything and think I'm not about to pull out all the books, okay, all the sites, researching. I want to know things. I want to know things for myself. Now, I understand Manosphere talking points, and some of you all you're limited on how far you can go because you don't know or you don't have anyone to peak or tweak your topics. Y'all are very limited and you just can't go any further. All y'all have is let's put down the black woman. For the most part, that's all you really got. You don't got anything else. And I hate to tell you, maybe you didn't get the memo, but shout out to my girl Momo. In her words, it's overdone. It's cooked. It's overdone. The meat burnt the fuck up. It can't even be used for beef jerky or anything like that. You know, for you Negroes who still like to get well done steaks, extra well done steak, holding up the whole table, 3 hour wait because you want a well done steak. It's overdone and overcooked. Pretty much all these talking points. I'm gonna go over a couple of things, and I'm only gonna tap into what I see Jess Pearly, where she's going, and then I'm gonna tap out, and I'm gonna tell y'all why I'm gonna tap out. I gotta tap out, only at a certain point because, well, that's not enough for me. I'm probably I don't know this woman's age, but I'm pretty sure she's under 30, which means I'm probably but she could probably be her mom. I mean, I'd be a pretty young, super young woman to be living children, and I don't approve of that at all. But that being said, I can only go into a conversation with younger people so far before I'm just like, okay, this is kind of remedial. This is a little childish. Call me when you get mature. Okay. Call me when it gets a little mature, and I am there. All right. I'm there for the maturity of it. All jokes aside, we can play, we can have fun, we have a good time. But at the end of the day, I need to be able to teach some of this stuff and deliver it to a group of people that it will be received. And jokes aren't always welcome. There's a time to laugh, a time to play, a time to cry. Shout out to the book of Ecclesiastes. There is a time for everything. And this live is really not a time for me to laugh, but I'm going to try my best. I put in the title on depression. I have to go in from reviewing her, listen to a panel, and then doing a search. It took me to some places I really didn't want to go. I don't want to do this anymore. I didn't want to go there. I wasn't planning on going there, and I'm still trying to figure out how the hell am I supposed to say this. I don't know. I just stopped studying about 30 minutes ago. I really wish I drank or something. I had some type of alcohol, a beverage of choice to change my mood and my spirits, but I don't. I don't have anything of that sort. So for me to mostly be non-emotional, 99.9%, and a third of the time, this will just have to be, I don't know, that 0.33333% that I actually do feel some ways. And these ways, they don't have anything to do with Jess Pearly. Okay? Not at all. They don't have anything to do with her. Interesting enough, she just happened to be a person that was in my line of sight that I thought, let's see what they're doing. Now, let me tell you, first of all, if you don't know Jess Pearly things are, then figure it out for yourself. I don't be over here trying to promote people, especially you white girls. Okay, that ain't what I'm trying to do. I ain't got nothing against y'all, but that's not my mission or my assignment. That being said, when we frequent the what we call the Black Manosphere, and hang out, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. We know what to expect. We know what it gives. Most of the time it's very lacking and disappointing and a waste of our fucking time, okay? It is. That's exactly what it is. Jess Pearly, you're no exception, dear heart. You will learn too. It is a waste of your time. And the only thing you can really do right now is capitalize off of the shortcomings of those Black men that you sat over there with for your own amusement. And I mean, I don't blame you. I would have maxed them out like every credit card I ever owned. Okay, I would have maxed their asses out just like they tried to max you out. All right, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. Listen up. Let me tell y'all something. You Jess Pearly, and I see on the chat. Let me tell you, this woman, because I can't call her a girl. She's old enough. She's a grown woman. She's on assignment. All right. Jess Pearly is on assignment, and Jess Pearly understands the assignment. See, some of you all, you're just on an assignment, but you don't understand what you're doing. You're just on an assignment, and you keep going with your agenda and all this rhetoric. She actually understands the assignment. Didn't I tell you on my prelude that said to my dear just Pearly letter, I was all he and whatever about it. I told y'all she was dangerous. I said this woman is dangerous. I know where they make her kind at, and I most certainly wouldn't have tested the waters. I'm just stating she just is dangerous. I don't get how some people didn't see that. I guess you're too blinded by greed and clout, and in a race, okay, in such a god dang on race, to be the first ones or whatever, to think you're bringing in a white girl to bow down to whatever it is you all want her to bow down to. You didn't bother to check the barcode on her. You all didn't bother to check and scan and see if you were going to even be capable of maintaining that type of dynamic, what you were attempting to do. You didn't bother to study, okay? Study the game. Y'all just skip the games. No, you need to study and you need to practice. You didn't bother to do it, and now here's what you get. So just probably understands the assignment, okay? I wrote down a couple of points. None of them even matter now. None of them matter once. None of them begin to matter once it got to the part where I wrote this down. Some of the slick talk, a little shade, but we all do that. We all do that, and she happens to do it pretty well. So that's not really anything I'm trying to promote over here, okay? Everybody can slick talk, throw a little shade, and give a little love at the same time, okay? We can all do backhanded compliments. We can all do it. Well, not all, but some of us, okay? Some of us with some type of a certain spirit, we know how to give a backhanded compliment. Now, I want to point out the things that she was right on. We all know who be tone policing. That woman's she's not lying. You all in this tone policing crap you've been doing for the longest. That's tacky. It's I find it more evil than it is some of the stuff she got going on. I have seen and witnessed very, very mean-spirited things going on, far worse than what she's saying. So I'm not going to be hypocritical and even try to bash this woman for saying some things that are a little bit offensive when y'all have said far worse. Far fucking worse. If I had to pick an enemy, I promise you, I tell you this, if I had to get in somebody's car and ride somewhere and hope that I came back with my life, it wouldn't be none of you Black manosphere men. It wouldn't be y'all asses. I'm more likely not to make it back alive. You can take that however the fuck you want. I don't care, okay? Because I'm on another path that is taking me where I don't want it to. Oh my God, I think I don't want it to. I'm really glad I have a book to read when I log off of here that's going to help me get all of, that's going to help me separate the wheat from the chaff, because this is way more serious. Black community, Black women, Black womansphere, Black manosphere, whatever you want to call it. And for you coons, y'all might want to pipe the fuck down, because you won't be here much longer to be cooning. Coons, you're on your way out the goddamn door. So while y'all over there kikiing and co-signing all this nonsense, you might want to take a seat. Because based on the rate, when we keep studying over here like we like to do and start getting into death rates, mortality, the leading cause, and who's more like once we take it to that level, you're on borrowed time, shawty. So I'm just trying to, this goes for a couple of you coons that's up there doing all that cash money talk. Listen to this woman's panel, and you want to talk about I'm a 4-time convicted felon. I know black people are more likely to commit crimes and this and that, and don't sleep with a black woman. Like all that shit you're saying, it won't matter because you'll be dead. You don't gotta worry because you'll be dead and we'll be dead. If at the rate it's going, it won't even matter. I'm just saying you're speaking things that if I were you, I would shut the F up. Because if they really wanted to come at you and really, really hurt you, they would tell you you're dying out in the first place. Oh, I was gonna pull up the census.org. Shoot, I'm gonna see if I can still pull that up while I'm on here. I'll try to see if I can share that screen. I meant to pull that up, but I was too busy staring into space, trying not to go further into a depression after coming across not just stats, but actually credible information from the CDC, other mortalities and death rates and how fast it's going. Do a little calculating, use this fabulous brain of mine, and then put together what I call the Grim Reaper's journal. Okay, if I were the Grim Reaper, I'd probably have my psych out right now and be walking around your goddamn neighborhood because you're gonna die. Like, what kind of news is that? Like, you think I'm about to go live and help you feel better, and the news is you're dying? That's awful. Okay. That's awful. It's almost 3 there. I saw Dub in the room. I see y'all. Saw you, Riaz. I see Kill Me. But that's one probably excellent. Oh, wow. Y'all doing all that over there, Wop? Okay. No, this isn't just about them. This is gonna go somewhere else. And you need to. That's why y'all can't be so short. Hold on. Y'all can't be so short-minded to not be able to get past what people are saying. It should be able to lead you somewhere else. Like, so I'm listening to just Pearly Things video, and she always wants, she's quick to mention about how she loves black women. She's cool with them, la da 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 dee. Okay, and then at the same time she'll throw some shade, but she loves us. Okay, I don't know what in the backhanded compliment that is, but I did notice. Often when she's speaking on people, she'll say people because she just doesn't want to say black men. So she'll say black people, but she doesn't, I guess she just doesn't want to say black men. I don't know if that's a certain way to go about it to keep your channel safe and not just target one group of people. I'm not really sure. Don't really care that much to find out, but I did notice you coming for the men. You're coming for the men. You don't like the tone policing. You don't like, she didn't appreciate how y'all treated her. You did want, you hurt the girl, and she did exactly like I said she was doing when I said, y'all know this is a whole devil over here, right? I just want to make sure y'all understand. She said out her own mouth in the last video that you created a demon and she's here to serve up that demon time. She said it. She said you made her into the monster. She's going to be a monster. She said she chose the path of demonic activity, and that's how she's going to behave. Demonic activity does produce certain results. You took her there, and she's going to be there until for as long as she goddamn wants. I assume. I really don't know. Okay, but just like I said in my little prelude, she's on some other type of time, and you all aren't. I mean, you're just not. I guess the devil on her is bigger than the devil in you. I mean, there's no. Let me tell you, when you want to take out a devil, you just create a bigger one. That's how you do that. Okay. She's a bigger devil. So all 800 of you all against one of her, it still won't work. She's that much. She has that much satanic power. Yeah, that's what I said. That being said, I'm disagreeing with a couple things. So I'm listening to her video. I'm like, okay, yeah, she's right. They do act like women. We've been said that. They need to all be wearing maxi pads. Their maxi pads need to be extra long, non-leak proof overnight. That big old just had a baby pad. They need to have one on 24/7. We've said that, still not saying anything we haven't said. And by we, I mean the sisters, okay? And again, when she says these people, like I said, I noticed she's talking about the guys here. She's just substituting people for men. I don't know if that's to make the sting less hurt. I don't know if that's a strategic trick to try to make it like she's really throwing the women in when she's really not. I really don't know. I can't really tell that angle, and it's really not that important because at the end of the day, she still understood her assignment, and it was to come in and do what she's doing. So I mean, I told you I can't get mad at an enemy or an adversary for doing what they're supposed to do. If I can be disappointed in the people that open the door and let that adversary in. So she said you created her. It looks like it's the revenge of Pearly to me going on here, and it will go on until it no longer suits her needs, and it don't look like she's stopping anytime soon. I went back and replayed the portions of the videos about the criminals and how more likely black men were to be criminals and black women dating, laze yaze yaze. That's not even, there's no reason to go into a debate or discussion about that. Because when it comes to criminal activity, and then we got black, you got white, so you got to break it down. What type of crime are we talking about? Because if we're talking about one type of crime, it might be black. But if we're talking about a different type of crime, it's going to fall into the Caucasian males, the white people, okay? White people in crime. And nobody, you all don't, it looks to me like you don't go that deep into the statistic. Y'all don't go into, hold on, what type of crime? You're just throwing all the crime in one box. Like it doesn't work that way. What type of crime are we talking about? We're talking about white collar crime, elite. We got elite crimes. Like you just gotta get specific with the crime. You just talking about your average $5 a hit and lift, a nickel bag, some weak stuff. Okay, yeah, well, so nobody ever, as of right now. I didn't even have to finish the video. The last 30 minutes, I'm like, I doubt they go there. Didn't go into, let's get into the levels of crime, what type of crime, and why these people are more likely to be found in this. But if I was to go on the white side, I know more white men creating corporate crimes, also known as white criminal collar crimes, et cetera, and elite crimes on their end. Okay. So, somebody, I don't know why they wasn't like brought up or called out from the lower to the higher end of criminal activity, because that would have been far more interesting than getting all those same old redundant statistics of who gonna do time for this long and that, and who going to jail, how long you going to jail. We've heard those things 1,867 times. What I haven't heard is anybody really break down the different types of crimes and then categorize them accordingly. Okay? And then you can say, well, Keisha's less likely to date anybody creating, corporate espionage because she doesn't know anybody doing that. She probably more likely to date somebody with a weed charge, possession charge, because everybody smokes blunts over there. So you got to get real specific. Hey, Dr. Soapy, when it come to me. I see Dubs and she's not as smart. Okay, what y'all say is not as smart. I haven't seen her IQ test. Okay, but I know this: for her age, she can pull enough and do enough to make some things move. So she's smart enough. Sometimes all you have to do is be smarter than the people around you, and then that makes you smarter. Okay. Period. You put me in a room with a bunch of dumbass people, I'm going to be a freaking genius. Now, the problem with that is they're not going to be able to keep up with the conversation. I'm going to get extremely bored and frustrated and about to lose my mind because I can't take it anymore. So, I don't know. I don't know. Just Pearly, is that why you said you're getting bored? You're eating snacks on the panel, totally about to fall asleep, bored out of your damn mind, and that's because you kind of had to go low with people whose minds aren't able to stretch and go to other places that haven't been thoroughly explored. All right. I mean, with your age and the experience you have had and you haven't had, this might be the best you can do for now. But I encourage all of y'all to try to, like I said, grow, because y'all have overdone these things. I don't want to hear them anymore. Nobody wants to hear them. It's overcooked and it's overdone. And y'all better damn apologize to that woman. She said she want her apology and she's not playing and she's not gonna get her foot up your neck. Pride and ego. Pride and ego will have you looking crazy out here. If you know you're in error, just say, I was in error. I mean, damn, I don't see what's so hard with that. I want to tap in on this. Listen. You never lost one, sober or drunk. Well, hey, everybody's so quick on debates and who wins or lose. I'm interested in, what are you debating? What are you putting out? Because I do want to say, just Pearly, she mentioned she did actually acknowledge the fact that there is flawed data. When all of y'all that like to throw out these statistics and be, way the fuck off, she is at least mature enough to admit, hey, I get it. Some of this data is flawed. And you do have to kind of compare your experience to the data to get a more accurate reading based on your day-to-day life, how you moving out here. But overall, you'll get pretty close. Like, it's not that flawed where it completely is just bold-faced, leading people all the way down a black hole of nothingness. And the reason for that is because of the governing factors. I know y'all don't like it when people say hierarchy, but over here, we operate in systems of hierarchy, okay? Outside of social media. Real world hierarchy stuff, real world organizations, real world societies, all these things, we have to operate with hierarchy, tactics and gatekeepers, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So I understand flawed data. I understand certain things. Even I know I'm probably most definitely a part of putting certain information out intentionally to mislead people, not to hurt them, but to keep them from knowing what it is we don't want them to know. That's been done for a while. But like I said, that data doesn't hurt people, and it wouldn't take somebody to a place that would cause them some type of detriment, in their life. It's just a matter of gatekeeping. Sometimes flawed data might be, I don't know. Gatekeeping could go somewhere under that, because you can't really keep the gate without a little bit of deception. So that's that. Take it however you want. But experience. She's right when she said, the experiences I have had in all these decades I have been here with my super young and pretty self. Older, pretty young me, all those at one, because I'm older, but I'm still young spirit. The experience that I have had kind of line up with the data. Now, I'm going to tell you where the data has switched. See, you got to get to an age, you got to live to a certain number to where you can remember, hold on, it didn't used to be like this. When did that switch? Yeah. You got to be old enough, and yeah, you can come on. Give me a second. You got to be old enough and have lived long enough to be able to know, wait a second, that's not how that used to be. Does that make sense, you guys? If you're at a certain age, you're only gonna you're not gonna be thinking, well, 20 something years ago it was like this. You probably wouldn't even know that, because you weren't born then. So why would you? It's not, unless you're in school and taking some type of classes for studies and history, you're not really thinking about what's going on, what happened 20 years ago. But for someone like me, like when I bring up certain stories and remind people, and I'll say, oh, well, this is in the headlines and this is going on and all that. Like, oh, well, 20 years ago, so-and-so off of Real Housewives of New Jersey got caught with corporate espionage, and she went and did 6 months of prison, and her husband did another 6. Like, we remember those things because we were there when it happened. No one's talking about it now because that's the way social media works, what's trendy for now, people forget and they move on to the next thing. But some of us remember things like, well, hold on a second. That's not what happened with Britney Spears or Beyonce when she first came out with Destiny Child. Like, we remember the beginning. All right, so it's really great to be there to see the beginning of things and how it plays out, but instead of just walking in the middle or at the end, because you just got limited perception. You're very limited. Now, let me tell y'all why things for me got to be where I don't think I can go on anymore with my studies, because it became less about you all's boring topic points and more about, well, how come anybody is not digging any deeper into some other talking points? Well, probably because that's going to involve medicine, science, mathematics, probably some pharmaceuticals. We're going to need physics, some things that I guess y'all would deem boring, but they're beneficial for the betterment of a race. But I guess why would you care if it didn't concern you? But for those people that it do concern, I find it kind of interesting that y'all don't be hitting on that. It's not interesting to you. So I'm gonna give probably a win. Just probably she gets a win for not crashing out award. If there's an award for how to not crash out, she's gonna get that based on the people that I watched that did crash out. That should have been professional, and could not hold it. And whatever triggered them, whatever it was, that was epic fail. Okay, somewhere around obesity and weight, your boy Fatty over there, he really got triggered. And when I heard how low vibrating he went, like, I mean, why would I expect more out of him? I guess I really didn't, but it was just like, are you coming for this woman's size breast? I don't think that's a shot or shade throwing at her saying, are you jealous because my titties are bigger than yours and you're a man saying it to a woman? No, I'm not jealous. I don't have fat man's breasts. They're not real breasts. They're not the same thing. Why would I be jealous of that? Like, that was the most lamest shit I ever heard. I'm like, come on, are you okay? What happened here? You got triggered there. You lost that. She does not care that she may be an A cup or B cup, and you're rocking size D's and you're a man. And like, that was giving me, see, that's that training shit I'm talking about. That's that training shit I'm talking about. Why would a man in the first place, why are you relating to your chest as a female's breast? What are you doing here? See, y'all be telling on yourselves, y'all yeah, shit like that. Why would a woman, okay, who he gotta go with the body shame, and like I said, y'all don't got nothing else better than that. It's embarrassing. Why would Rob in the chat? Why would Rob think I would be jealous if he was fat and overweight, and he's a man and he's got man boobs, he's got moobs, he got man boobs, moobies bigger than mine? No, I'm not gonna be jealous. Because you're not supposed to have those. They don't look good, and you're definitely about to die, because you shouldn't be that big and overweight and gluttony and all this stuff going on. Why would I be jealous of that? Well, who the fuck's gonna be jealous of that? I'm not a fat ass man. That's like, you can't be serious, right? So I thought after all this Fight Club shit and all this extra fighting and dragging and who beat who and who's gonna get dragged and caught up, I thought after all those experiences y'all have over there, you would be able to, if you're gonna throw a shot, it would be better than what you're throwing. But again, y'all are limited. It's redundant, same old things you say over and over without any growth. You don't have, you don't got a one hitter quitter. You just don't have it. Okay. And I don't even think y'all got any women that really are in your in your groups. How do I say that? In your little clubs, in your groups that are this big and bad and bold, enough to help you grow. They lame too. You're lame. The groups are lame, and all of y'all, like I said, are touchable. You're just not those guys. You don't hit right. You're not, it's not working, which is even why I said, look, these insults, when we offer shots, okay, it's fun for about 5-10 minutes. Take that all away, and let's see who really can bring out something. Now, I'm gonna tell you here that criminal that Hey, look, I'm reading my notes. Y'all, Judge Pearly was right. Y'all boring as hell. She ain't being funny. Y'all boring as the fuck. You're really bored. The only thing some of y'all got going are some freaking graphics, and that's not enough. That's not enough to keep you interesting. Graphics and your dumb AI thumbnails. It's excessive in the first place. You don't need a AI a thumbnail generated new for every goddamn video. It's giving. I don't have anything worthy and good to say, so I trick people and lure them in by overdoing it with the thumbnails. I've been told y'all your thumbnails look like somebody threw up a whole bunch of graphics. They just threw up graphics onto the computer and just keep on re-scrambling them. The same goddamn thing, re-scramble. How many times you can cook eggs and scramble? How many different ways? It's still a goddamn egg. You know, no matter how you goddamn cook it, it's an egg. And who wants to eat it every dang day? You know, but when you don't have the type of talent to just pull something out without a thumbnail, you got to have all this extra razzle dazzle. It's just to cover the fact that you got nothing else on. You got nothing else really going on. Okay, it's kind of like the ugly chick that comes in, you know, with the big flowing Cinderella dress, overdone, too much jewelry, nails all over the place, hair just super duper done up, just really tacky and overdone with her attire. And even though it's not ugly, it's just overdone. And then you look at her face and, well, she's not that attractive anyway. So yeah, she's going to overdo it with accessories and all this extra stuff. This is what it's giving. It's giving ugly chick. Your touchables are giving ugly chick with overdone attire on to cover up the fact that you're just boring. All right. And she didn't miss that when somebody tried to throw a shot talking about you don't have any. Look at your thumbnails; they're not even AI. And you think no one cares about that? I don't think anybody in her 30,000 view per video average is, you know, caring about the quality of her thumbnail. I'm still trying to figure out how. Who told y'all that the better the thumbnail gets you better views? I don't know who lied to your stupid asses, but they lied. Okay, your thumbnail. I ain't paid no intro in months. Your thumbnails, your intros, none of that brings in any extra viewership. Okay, it just doesn't. It doesn't. It's just something you're doing for your own freaking amusement. Yeah, I said it. I want to address this to the black chick. The jazz girl. Look, I don't know what statistics you're reading when y'all through the shop talking about the black women are stealing all of the white men. That ain't true. That's not true. Black women are not stealing their men. I'm confused at where anybody would think and say that as if it was factual. Like, you might screw a white guy. You might get a hookup in there, here or there. He might low-key secretly, you know, play around with a couple of you all, but you're not stealing them. I mean, until you somehow walked into a marriage and started carrying last names, you haven't accomplished a mission. You just slept with somebody outside of your race. You just hooked up with something. Like, I'm confused at the stealing part of the white man. I might be one of two people out of 3,000 or 4,000 that got an interracial husband. Like, that's what I'm saying. Where you get that from? Like, no, I really am. I'm like two people probably out of the last 1,000 women I've been in contact with in meetings. I say in the last 3 months, because average meeting about 300, and so many meetings I've been to. So let's say I've run into at least minimum 800 women, different women, in the past 6 to 8 months. I might be two, and that's high. I'm one of two that married outside their race. So that's completely inaccurate. There's not a room full of, you know, women all talking about, girl, yeah, let me go home to my white husband. That just doesn't happen. So I don't know where that we're stealing all the white man shit come in. You might be able to go in there for you can go hang out. I might be a party. I might be to throw down, throw some shots back, hit the strip club or something, have a real good time, rock out to your cock out, get white boy drunk and all that extra shit that you're doing. But did you take them home to stay, steal them, indoctrinate them into your world, get a ring, get married, have like that process in itself, and then keep them? Like that process is for the limited few black women that can do it and survive. Okay, they can do it and not die. They can do it and still keep their black card and not just look like a complete, like I know, sell out to their own race. Like it's just not a common thing. So let's just not try to act like that's really going on. Because like I said, anybody can lay up. Anybody can goddamn hook up. A lot of people are desirable outside of races just because it's exotic. Some people, they're allured by the black woman because she's exotic. They don't see them enough. They're bedazzled. Black men are allured by the white woman. They don't see them enough. They're bedazzled. But how did it end? Like, what were the ending results? Oh, because if it was just a hookup or two, you didn't do anything. I got dang on, pocket pussy could have done that. You got to finish the assignment. Okay, you got to carry it all the way out before you can actually say, I stole y'all white man. You got to go through the whole process. You really got to, if you're going to run that play that you're stealing white men, then you really going to have to steal them, run the play all the way to the finish line before you can say that. So please don't say that no more and be looking crazy. And then I have to come out here and remind y'all them asses. I don't want Rob, I don't want no white man. I'm making a point that some of these people are capping in line, and I don't know why that was even said. Like, I wouldn't even say that. That's why we stealing all your... No, we're not. No, we're not. And neither are they. Because I know a lot of brothers, they might have them little white chick or something like that. They haven't married any of them. I always point that out. So, girl, we've been together now. It's been 14 years, and he ain't married your ass yet. Okay, I don't know what you're doing sticking around. Okay, but that's you do you, boo. I just know, I don't think he wanted to be a black daddy to your white kids. I'm just saying, I always be like, okay, I don't think you can quit calling him your fiance, honey. It's been 14 years. 14 years of an engagement. I don't know anybody that it's probably not gonna happen. Please stop calling him your fiance in 14 fucking years. That's a long time. At this point, y'all just roommates. Okay, y'all long-term roommates with some benefits. Stop with the nonsense. Stop with the bullshit. Okay, stop capping with that. So that was an extreme cap. Because I had to go back and listen, you guys, and just note what I thought. No, that's not true. And okay, this might be. Now I'm gonna say something. Rob laughing because you don't tell the truth. Listen, someone brought up who has the worst habits. I don't know. Just Pearly brought it up. Who brought it up? I didn't write that down because it's really not important who said it. I'm commenting on what just Pearly thinks, what she had to say about who has the worst woman, had bad habits. When you say habits, they're talking about bad habits. Clearly, things we do repeatedly. And she said by far it's black females. Now, this is where I'm going to go in and tell y'all she's not all the way right. She's not all the way wrong. Her age being like 27, late 20, she's not able to say it in the way I'm going to say it. So that's why it came out sounding real fucked up. The only way she knows how to say it is, black girls, y'all dating way more criminals than more likely to date criminals than us. It came out real fucked up. I know, I get it. But she wasn't all the way wrong. And she wasn't all the way right. So I'm going to meet her in the middle, and I'm going to help y'all. Let me help y'all asses out, okay? Oh, it's no beef. I don't have any beef with anybody. But I gotta get this out because this was, I gotta land this baby, all right? Here it is, what she's saying. don't get so easily offended, because some you all love getting goddamn offended and ready to cancel a bitch, ready to the boycott and black out. But if you read your Holy Bible, the Lord said, don't be so easily offended. You might learn something. And because I choose not to be so easily offended, I learned quite a few things. Now, back to what I was saying, which is Pearlie mentioning about it's more likely that black women are going to get a criminal and date a criminal, how it's more acceptable. Okay, look, what she was wanting to say, but at that time, at this time in her life, she's not able to say it the way it is. For the black community, for our race, and for our women, it is accepted, highly accepted in our race. People will not judge you for the level of debauchery going on. Debauchery, however you want to say it. It's debauchery, though. The debauchery going on, the unfilteredness, meaning, okay, there's a time to put on a filter. I'm not talking about facial filters and cameras. I'm talking about a filter on your mouth. Right now, I'm speaking with a filter. Okay, I'm speaking filtered. It is not shown on. I've seen some professional, or they're supposed to be professional, huge channels, with some black women that I would watch, but they won't put a filter on their mouth. They just get on and cuss everybody out, and no one bothers to tell them, hey, what you're saying is on point. But could you try to do it without swearing 1,842 times? Can you try to deliver it without getting all the way gutter? Okay, all of us, we don't want to hear that all the time. I get it. There's a time and place. You just got to get gritty with it. I know. Believe me, I know. But on a day-to-day, trying to deliver like this type of journalism and be professional and accepted and taken seriously worldwide, and talking like a gutter rat 24/7, no, we're not going. Clean up your mouth, clean up your language, find some other way to get your message across than just straight gutter. You can't do that 24/7 nonstop and expect us to take y'all serious as journalists, and that's all. Your English skills are limited. Work on it. What else? I mean, there is a level of shame. There should be some shame. I don't care to be around men who make me think that there is no shame in my behavior if I was behaving poorly. That's a nice way of me saying, if I'm around a room full of men and company of people who think it's okay for me to just keep bending over and twerking 24/7, ass all in the face and camera, and never ever, want to sit and just cross my legs and be a lady, then we call that shameless. And in some cultures in society, it is seen by some, I mean us, it's okay. In our culture, yeah, you're going to get a lot more attention in the room if you're over there showing your ass and dropping like it's hot, non-stop, scrubbing the ground and doing a whole bunch of debauchery, unfiltered, shameless activity, lascivious behavior. You're going to be getting a lot of attention, more than the lady sitting over there, legs crossed, having a good time, still, looking good, whatever. Like, hold on, it shouldn't be that way. It shouldn't. The loud mouths are supposed to be in the back, while those who know how to act and keep themselves up to par should be in the front. But somehow we reversed that. We reversed that and pushed all the loud mouths, all the ghetto bunnies, all the twerkaholics, all the alcohol. We all pushed them all the way up front. And then the rest of us back here like, okay, well, we'll just sit here and, flip our hair and be quiet. Like I don't know what y'all did that. Because if you men had said, we're not going to accept this, we're not going to tolerate our women acting like this, then some of these hoes would have sat the fuck down a long time ago. Y'all didn't say that. No, what y'all said, go harder, twerk harder, do a left cheek now and a right cheek now, drop it down in a split and turn it all around. Like, that's what y'all said. Y'all encouraged the lasciviousness, which then encouraged the attraction of men who love that, which then attracted all the other things that come with that lifestyle, and it is going to be some suspicious activity, highly suspicious activity going on. And look, ultimately, it's a rebellious spirit that's leading and promoting that type of behavior all the time. I guess her platform just isn't a place to say the rebellious spirit that runs rampant all throughout this world has latched on to you people, and y'all not even trying to shake it off. I mean, you'll shake, but you're not trying to shake off that spirit that says rebel, go harder, fight, hit harder, shake harder, twerk harder, spin harder, gamble harder. That spirit that I don't like, that I know, but it exists, and I have to tolerate it in the doses that I can at the times that I have to. But when I don't, I'm running away from it. I feel a certain way. I don't care to be around it longer than you got this long, and I'm moving on. Let's not play stupid. I mean, even with the weight thing, like I'm not even gonna go there. I'm gonna leave that out of it because I'm just not even gonna tap into weight. I mean, I could. I remember during this year, I had to gain on this. I hated it, but I had to put on 30 pounds due to medication. It was either or. It's like, take these and it'll get you through to a surgery. Yeah, it's gonna put some weight on, but you'll have less symptoms, and then it'll come off when you don't have to take it. But I remember speaking to a male friend, and I remember saying, like, oh my gosh, I cannot wait till this is done and I can finally get off this unwanted weight, I can start shedding it. I cannot wait till after my surgery. Oh my gosh, I don't like carrying this extra weight. It doesn't feel good. And I remember him telling me, nah, you straight, it's good. You started, like, him actually encouraging me to not attempt to lose unnecessary weight. Like, but this is not my size. This isn't my normal size. This is not, just normal weight gain. This is unhealthy. It has to come off. Like, the encouragement to just keep on getting your ass fatter and fatter has led some of our women over to a path of no return. A big butt and a smile went out of style with BVD. It went out of style. So in the process of you all, men, I'm talking to y'all now, in the process of keep encouraging women to get bigger asses, you forgot, the bigger the ass, the more they need a waist to carry it, thighs to hold it up, some breasts to even it out. Ultimately, that's weight. I mean, god dang. Other than cosmetically doing stuff, which is ill, I'm not even going to go there, leading all type of nasty trails of stuff, literally. You want a bigger, fatter ass? You need to get fatter. When I've never had a butt this big. Y'all always said I had a white girl ass. Now I got so much butt, I be turning around, I be scared. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've seen what it can do. Oh, I got jiggled. But I know it didn't come until I gained 30 pounds. I had to gain 30 pounds to get my ass like this. Hold on, I'll take the smaller booty and the weight can go. Whether or not I lose that, oh well, I'm fine with it. I'm not willing to keep carrying this extra 30 just so I can have a big butt for you niggas. You got me effed up, okay? No, if the weight's gonna go, and oh well. I'm not living for your eyes. I'm living for me. Oh, don't do now. I don't care what you like. I don't like it. Y'all out here dying. Got us out here. You men got the black woman out here dying to have bigger. Get it bigger. How big can you? Okay. So look, I don't know if it is in the same breath when I turn around and say something about some damn weight. It's contradictory. Like, that's just fad. So, all the black women get on Ozempic, lose their asses, then y'all gonna be complaining because, what y'all are about them looking really bad. Y'all don't like it. So, damn. I mentioned earlier in somebody's comment section, they were talking about somebody's arms they didn't like the, don't, GJ Witch Doctor talking about ladies don't have these fat ass arms and jiggle. And I was like, well, hell, y'all said my arms were too muscular. Because they don't, like, which one? That's why I'm like, this body shaming shit is for the this is for the win. Because now, like I said, I got too much muscle in the arm. But if it was jiggly, then it would be bat wings. Like, that's it. I can't, you're not going to get in my head with that weight shit, okay? But seriously, what Just Pearly Things was saying, your culture, what y'all will culturally accept and allow with your women and even promote is acceptable versus our men aren't going to accept this shit. I did feel when the years I spent in the hip hop sector doing what I did for that period in time in my life, that span, there were many, many, many days and nights that I had to leave the room. I had to leave the room. I wasn't ready for, well, damn. I mean, I just could, it was too much for me. The encouragement of the debauchery, like, wow, no one was promoting them to capture their attention. But just being a good looking woman with a nice body, that's not enough for y'all niggas anymore. You can't just be a nice face and a nice body. You gotta have a nice face, nice body, big ass, bent over, spread wide eagle. Like it is like, okay, that's not the way I would like to be advertised. Even when I'm, even if I was to lay a thirst trap, I have limitations in my own thirst traps, okay? There's limitations on what I'm willing, like on what I'm going to do. I could do a lot of stuff, but am I willing to be, to lose my dignity? No, I still have mine, okay? So it's unfortunate that I can admit that, yeah, I know quite a few got, they're not saying, sis, stand up, get your ass off of Instagram like that. Why you got to be bent on, no one's saying that. You're not telling us that. And by us, I'm talking about all the sisters. Y'all not saying that. Y'all want to ass thrown harder. Y'all got hoes on headstands and swinging off trees. And like, what more? Y'all got people like, dang, when is it going to be enough? When is it going to be enough? My God, I mean, it is kind of annoying to see some of our women who I know have talent, but they got to put a video out that's damn near pornographic just to get the view. Like, God, if you take that, why don't you just come out naked? Why even try to perform provocative? There's no provocative anymore. Nobody's provocative. Nobody tests the water. They just come on stage goddamn naked. Like, what happened here? No one's listening to what you're saying because they're too busy looking at your goddamn the vulva in the crease in your vagina is clearly hanging out of your shorts. Like, come on now. What are we doing here? So that all ties into that type of behavior. What that attracts, is it more accepted? Yes, it is. Y'all know if you ain't got to play, you ain't got to lie to kick it. Keep it a thou out and say, yeah, it is unfortunate that we've taken rhythm, sex, and blues a bit too far. Rhythm, sex, and blues, the birth of R&B coming from that, it got carried away somewhere because the old videos from En Vogue that I grew up on, you can sing with a dress stopped right quarter before your knee, and it was deemed as the most beautiful, classy, sexiest, giving him something he could feel. Oh my gosh, it was, I wanted to be that woman. Hell, now I'm just boring and basic because I'm nobody doing all that. Well, what? If I put on something, it's just too goddamn on short, like dress, and I gotta be out and I'm changing. Why the dress is this damn short? Why is my ass cheek hanging out? I have to go to a corporate meeting. The attire in itself is like, whoa. So clothes are getting smaller as it is, but some of us, we didn't have to in our corporate black world had redo the damn dress code for our own sisters and say, okay, look, we got to put a dress code in, y'all. Okay, no sleevelessness, stuff that we shouldn't have to do because it's gotten too acceptable to dress. It's inappropriate, and some of us have just forgotten, and where you are, like, that's not appropriate. It's distracting, all the way into the churches. Like, stop playing like y'all don't see them girls in church in the fishnets. Nobody said we're gonna stop this. You cannot come in these doors wearing fishnet holes. They are still in there wearing fishnets with a seam up the back in the sanctuary in church. So stop with the nonsense. I have yet to see that over there at the dang on. You know what I'm saying? Like, so don't play now. You don't got a lot to kick it. It's okay to say we kind of lost our way with this. It's too far. We've gone too far. What's the solution? I'm not here to get no goddamn solutions. I'm not God. I don't like when y'all say, so what's the solution? And I hear somebody up there saying, I'm trying to create a solution. You're not God. You cannot solve some of these problems. Some of these are not going to ever be solved. The only solution there is to just stop. For a person on an individual basis, individually, a person can decide, I'm going to stop this behavior. I'm going to turn away from this. I'm not going to participate. I don't care if I'm the only one in this piece that decided that I'm going, not wear shorts up my goddamn ass. Like, that's an individual decision. And maybe by someone looking at you and they realize, wow, she looks good. And, maybe I need to, put a little length on my stuff. This is, maybe someone will be encouraged by your boldness and your braveness and being courageous enough to come out and look decent and look sexy without just completely, give me what you got for a pork chop. We got sons like that and they want to come back and try to get mad because a white girl called you out on that bullshit. Because I'm still, I'm in my 40s. I'm trying to figure out, give me what you got for a pork chop. I'm still trying to figure out, was I supposed to, give me what you got for a pork chop. I'm trying to figure out, were we supposed to be like having sex for pork chops? You can't come out with songs talking about give me what you got for a pork chop. Okay, isn't that promoting tricking for a sandwich? Isn't that telling somebody if you're hungry, just go fuck on them and get you a meal? Like, that's what it's giving. As an adult, I can say that. As a young person, I probably was on the dance floor. Cotton candy, sweet and gold. Let me see that Tootsie Roll. Until I was figured out what the goddamn Tootsie Roll was, and it wasn't a dance. Use your imagination. Cotton candy, sweet and gold. Let me see that Tootsie Roll. Tootsie Roll. And I'm just up there moving. And that's probably middle school. Didn't know what a goddamn Tootsie Roll. I thought the Tootsie. Didn't question the lyrics. Hey, a lot of people didn't see nothing wrong with a little bump and grind until we found out, that's what the pedophiles tell to the younger girls who say, I'm scared. And they just talk them into bumping and grinding until finally they let their guard down. And now they done slid it in. And now look, you done lost your goddamn on virginity to this grown ass man over some nonsense. Yeah, I just said it. Okay, y'all done talked us out of everything, our underwear, our money, all types of stuff. Well, and by us, I mean them, because you most certainly, you know what? I bet y'all won't be losing my dang on money. Now, you might have got me caught up on a couple of things, but that being said, I'm going to move right along. I really wanted to know, I was on Answer last week, and I heard, just why you got to really go back and listen. I wanted to hear, and look, you guys, don't just, if you're going to play a part of something, this is why I don't really like clips, even though it's convenient, but it don't be thorough. Because when I heard the clip about Black women having herpes and how they have more herpes in them, like, it was cut off. I didn't hear the full conversation. I was like, wait, hold on, what's going on there with the herpes? White people talking about Black women and herpes. What y'all know what's going on in our in our sexual history? Y'all not in, like, what was that about? I didn't hear the full conversation. And again, it was centered around diseases. And who's carrying what. Now let me help you young people out now. Let me help y'all out with data that I don't think is hidden. I just think you got to dig for it. It was not always like this. Okay, currently it's giving, you check the Center for Disease Control, you check these places, the percentage of Black women that, it's so hard to say, but the percentage of Black women that, most likely to carry this particular STD and another one at this particular time is greater than the others. But that's now, because I remember before, and also herpes is also more commonly contracted now. When I was in the dorms in college back in the 2000s, 25 years ago, the odds of catching herpes was 1 in 4. Look, everybody on college knew these things because you had to. We're in the dorms. Our dorms were co-ed, meaning men and girls and boys alike. It was very likely that the guy that you're hooking up with or dating or whatever, somebody else on a different floor seeing that same guy. The way it went was, if it wasn't on your floor, it was out of sight, out of mind. He was yours until he went upstairs to the second floor. Then he was somebody else's. So things happen, things work out, and people need to know like who got what. Start making some phone calls. Y'all better run down there and get a test. Herpes, and it's not even the same type of herpes y'all have now. Herpes has evolved into an entire freaking species. The odds of catching herpes in the early 2000s was so slim, y'all. Not many people had a freaking prescription of fucking Valtrex. Not many people at all had no damn prescription for no Valtrex. I remember that commercial and that lady walking up that mountain, and it was some white people. They were white peopling, and they were like, living the life I want. Then the Valtrex commercial, living the life I want. And we're just like, oh, that's some white people shit. We don't know nothing about that. We didn't. And then something happened. Something happened, y'all. I don't know what happened. I am going to find out, though. When did the rate, when did the herpes increase? It doubled, damn near about to triple in contracting it. When it happened, how it happened, and who the hell's responsible? I got one of those answers. I'm just not willing to share right now at that time without a source and all that. But how did that happen? Same thing, they don't speak much on HPV, which leads to, and this is where the story is gonna twist, the show and the content is gonna take a turn, you all, and I'm gonna tell you why I kind of start now the depression of oh my gosh, this is too much, okay? But you can't change some things. They've been done. You can't undo some things. It got changed. How did that happen? How the hell did it happen? Okay, I worked years in oncology, and I remember when HPV, we would hide the data. And the reason we hid the data on studying the HPV virus, which also leads to cervical cancer, was because it is an STD, and that HPV can live dormant in the female's body for like 20, 30 years before it evolves into cancer with no type of symptoms or signs whatsoever. Just laying there, chilling, taking a nap in your goddamn on cervix for 30 years. And then next thing you know, for a pap smear, you come in and you got dang on cervical cancer. Where did that happen? Like, yeah, that's how HPV was. So in oncology, GYN oncology, we had what they call Comp Clinic. And on Comp Clinic is on Fridays. Oh my gosh, I can't believe I'm telling y'all this, but I can because I don't work for those people anymore, and they probably are retired by now. I highly doubt that those doctors are working. They were already, one age. I don't know. They might be still. Surgeons will go a while because, hands could go to shake and they get older and they can't do those surgeries. So their kids usually step in their places. So with the HPV, Comp Clinic would be on Fridays. What Comp Clinic was, they would pay a large group of Black women a lot. It wasn't even a lot of money. I remember thinking, first of all, I didn't like it because on Fridays the clinic was closed. We wouldn't see patients on Fridays, right? Now this is GYN oncology, GYN, the female anatomy, okay, and cancer. Fridays was comp clinic, so I don't know if it was like 25. It was like maybe let's just say $50. It was definitely under 100, but more than 25. So I'm just gonna go in the middle and say $50 because I cannot remember. If you came to comp clinic and let them examine you and like take a sample to study, they would give you $50. Now in comp clinic, of course, I was already the only Black woman on staff. Nobody else in my office was Black. I was the only one on staff in there. So on Fridays on comp clinic, it would be packed full of probably, how many would we book? Because we would overbook. I'm going to say at least 50 to 60 Black girls. They sitting out there in the lobby, taking up all the chairs. Some of them brought their kids with them. It was giving ghetto. I used to be kind of embarrassed, like, oh my gosh, people coming in there looking like they need a hope and a prayer. It wasn't people who were financially stable. I'll put it that way. Nobody financially stable wants $50 for you to come look up inside their cooch and take a swab for your own studies. They're just not doing that. It goes with the same thing with selling plasma. Like, you're not going to get my fucking plasma for $50. Are you kidding me? I need my plasma. Nobody does that. That's financially okay. They don't just go sell their goddamn plasma. And they for sure, we're like, well, who told you? I really wanted so bad to go and ask one of those sisters. I really wanted so bad to ask one of those sisters, hey, who's telling y'all to come here for this little $50 and let them scrape y'all for a sample? Like, is it that bad? I never did do that. I never asked. I really would have been unethically for me to do that, and I'm not supposed to be doing it. Okay, I mean, there's a thing called privacy and HIPAA, and I should be minding my dang on business, which was to book the appointments and other stuff, not to be asking who the hell is studying you all. What the fuck's going on here? That wasn't my business, and I didn't ask, but I can tell you this. It was for the betterment. They were using the Black females, the JJ, the studies from it to get answers that they needed concerning cervical cancer. That's what I was told anyway, to help the women coming in and help with treatment. But all our patients that were diagnosed, there might be one Black woman out of like 20 booked at that time. So I never quite understood how, and I didn't at that time dig into it, because I mean, you just mind your fucking business in these type of jobs, right? You don't ask questions, and you just mind your business. And also the data was not released because white men didn't like the fact of hearing that their wife had an STD. So for the longest time, nobody would admit that HPV was an STI, an STD transmitted sexually. So they hid it, they suppressed it, and just act like it was this weird thing that lays dormant, because it was making husbands uncomfortable. Like, you gotta, I understand some of it. Like, I would hate to be married and then come home and tell my husband, I have an STD and this STD is going to cause cancer, but I never cheated on you. I probably got this 15 years ago. I haven't been with anybody. Like, what man is going to really believe that? It was too soon. It was causing confusion in marriages. So that data was suppressed for a long time, you guys. I'm telling you, it was suppressed. It was not going to be released as an STD until somebody came up with a freaking vaccine and a way to flip the script. Because I mean, most of the women were married and they were Caucasian. And the idea of them running all their husbands away by saying, I got an STD, I don't know from who. It's been dormant in my freak for 15 years. And he's thinking, well, it couldn't be me. I've only been with you for 5. And it's just like a bunch of unnecessary confusion. So until oncology and these doctors found a way to release that data, they did. And now everyone knows HPV and it's not a big deal about it, being contracted through sex. Somebody seems to really care, but it flipped. So it went from, I know y'all like where you're going with this, but this ties into the STD stuff. I want to just where they were talking about the data flaw. I'm trying to go somewhere with you. I just got to walk with me and let me go there. You got to walk with me and keep up. That data was hidden. Then somehow it flipped. It went from, I don't know how, and I'm not going to put out misinformation, but it flipped. Maybe because of the vaccination. I don't know. I don't even want to guess or speculate. I don't believe in that when you're playing with medicine and things of that. No, you don't do that to the world. Put out misinformation. All I can tell you for sure is that it flipped somehow, some way, and then all of a sudden, Black women are leading with the HPV virus. Now Black women are most likely to contract the HPV, and Black women are also more likely to be diagnosed with cervical cancer. And I was just like, whoa, okay. I threw that in there just to say, you all have data and statistics that are relating to current, and they do matter because it's current. But I also think about the people, do they ever share how it was before? Like, are we just that old? And y'all just like, we don't care about what the fuck it was 20 years ago, girl. This is now, and this was going on. I get it. But I just think it's interesting that it should be duly noted that there was a time when it wasn't always like this. It hasn't always been. Black women always was leading with giving everybody all the freaking herpes. People in the Black community didn't even know what herpes was for a very, very long time, you guys. A very long time. So that's why I'm like, okay, something switched somewhere, something happened. I mean, I don't have it. You don't have to have a certain disease or whatever to care. I just want to know. I mean, I am raising a daughter. I want to know what happened for my own curiosity, for the nerd in me. I'd like to know what the hell happened. Who the hell came and polluted the Black women? Who came and put herpes up in the community? Because that was not what we were running with. You shouldn't be running preferably with any STD. That's the goal, to not have any STD whatsoever. Yes, ultimately that's the goal, and it should be to not just be having casual unprotected sex ultimately. But being that that's what the fuck people do, how in the hell did we get to the herp? Like, I don't know. I don't have an answer for that, but I'm gonna find out because I want to know who did this. Who the hell did this? Okay, because most Black women are sleeping with their own men. So how did we end up? You can't just say, oh, well, yeah, the Black women got all the herpes, more herpes than all the other races. Well, I wonder where they got it from, because they didn't give it to themselves. So you see where I'm going with this? Is like, well, hold on now. That's you Black men, you might want to pump your brakes on that. That Black women for sure are with you all. We're rocking with you. Only a few people have random out of interracial encounters. How did y'all get it? See, you don't want me to go there because those are stats that I want to see. How did our men get the goddamn herpes? Where were they going? And then brought it to us, because that's not and hasn't always been that way. So there it goes again. We're right back around the snake eating its own tail. Right. Are we good with that? Are we good? So we understand Black women didn't herpes themselves down. You all are understanding that. They didn't herpes themselves. The men and partners, protected or not, the men and partners that they had sexual encounters with had to be carrying it and gave it to them. Now, how the hell did they end up with the damn herpes. That's what you need to be having a dang on debate about. Who started this? See, that's why I didn't want to get. I said, hold on a second. You're not just going to throw us out there under the bus like we just running around, hurt this, hurt that, hurt to the front, hurt to the back. I don't even know any. I mean, I guess my friends wouldn't just say, girl, I got herpes. I mean, they don't need to tell me. I don't need to know that. It's some things that are just, they don't qualify for us to be sisters. I don't need to know what you got going on down there. But I am 1000% sure it wasn't always like that. We didn't know much about no damn herpes. That came in, and when it came in like a flood and definitely contaminated over half of us. That's pretty aggressive. You all need to be looking at the aggression of things and how it's growing. That's what you need to be looking at, not so busy to say, oh, well, you got it. Okay, well, let's look at where it came from and how aggressively it's growing. That's quite concerning. That's quite concerning. I mean, y'all got children too. So, we're talking about a 50-50. Shit, everybody at this, you better die a virgin. Just stay up. Don't touch anybody. Don't be, it's leading more to, no, nobody need to have any more encounters until y'all get these STD rates down. Because, one and two, look, don't nobody say nothing to me for the rest of eternity. Don't touch me. That's pretty scary. I made it this far and I am good. And I don't want to, have one bad evening, one bad day, take one chance. And now I got to live out the rest of my days. Okay. So everybody stop fucking. I said it. Everybody stop having sex until y'all clear this shit up, because it is growing exceedingly fast with no end in sight, being that there's no fucking cure. There's no end. This could go on forever until it's like 80% of people. If it's 80% of black women, if it's 50% of black women, then that means it's 50% of black men. They got it. Or six or worse. Like, you can't put the women without putting the men there. We're in this shit together. So y'all need to pump y'all brakes. The more you put on us, it come right back around to you. You cannot separate. Okay? Damn it, you fuck. When they say you fuck with me, you're stuck with me. That's how it is. You fuck with me, you're stuck with me. Dang on it. And I had to bring that out, because that's important, and that's what y'all need to be, do that. Go and try to find that out. But of course, that might require too much scientific reading and super data analysis. You want to talk about data? Like, people say data like they run in some type of goddamn science lab or something. I'm like, just say the goddamn statistical numbers. You don't got to come out shining like you got your PhD in biology. Y'all, I got a lot of stuff. I'm not going to make it to all of it, because after reading, studying, pulling out my stuff, going on my own little journey, looking up some other things, I got disturbed. And I'm not talking about panel behavior disturbing or, weird insult disturbing. I'm talking about soul searching disturbing. All right. Very disturbed. So I'm going to skip some things I wrote, just because I can always throw those out another time. And I'm going to go all the way down to this point, and this is where I had to stop. I didn't watch the rest, but the rest of my notes from here, I can't do anymore. Okay. I'm feeling a type of way. Just pearly things mentioned, flawed data versus experience. I thought, yeah, we can't use, okay, that's probably flawed. You can kind of look around the room and get a good accurate number. You can use your experiences, which I'm trying to figure out, either she hasn't had enough experiences or she's not being honest in some of the things she says, or she too will probably be like, okay, white people are known for this, y'all are known for that. Like, you just can't, if you're going to go there, then go there. Like, I think somebody mentioned substance abuse, and it was brought up with like drugs and, who's more likely to use cocaine, and started off with like, oh, white people, they're more likely to use cocaine and Adderall. She said that, which is true. And then she wanted to retract and say, well, I don't know, because I knew some black guys, basically saying they snorted, and no, don't play games. You know damn well what it was. It was kind of like you didn't want to snitch on your own people. You don't want to sell out your own people when We know. We know, we get it. We've already covered this. Didn't nobody fucking know what damn Molly was. Okay, just pearly things. You white people brought the Molly over. The white people brought the ecstasy over. The white people brought the Special K over. Okay, the white people brought the tranquilizers over. The white people brought, like, don't play like you didn't know your community of people introduced a lot of the black community, or most of the black, whatever, the drug side of the black community. Like, you all didn't bring certain things in. Niggas was smoking weed, and an occasional, person in the room likes a little bit of the white powdery substance. A couple, not the majority. And then just recently, I don't even got to say their name. I wouldn't say their name, but just recently, a friend of mine called me from a meeting and was going on and on about how all the executives and the people at this particular meeting and conference were all doing cocaine after when it was over. And she was so shocked and couldn't believe so many people. And I'm like, girl, you've been at the workforce for too long. They always do that. Y'all be sitting at work all professional, doing your presentations out here, just acting accordingly. Your bosses are, y'all put them on this level of they're untouchable or whatnot. And then after you go to a conference and find out everybody's having orgies and cocaine parties. Like, that's not new. Okay. She just been out of the loop and was surprised and caught off guard. I was like, and I mean, I'm glad you were on the end of no thank you, and you're home snug in your bed, not geeked up for the next 3 days from indulging in and partaking in certain substances. We can leave that there. So don't play. And this is not a job that a lot of black people are working at. So we don't gotta lie to kick it. Okay. We can call it out. Now, y'all, I don't know if anybody's going to do this. I don't think I want to touch it. I don't even know how it expanded. Somewhere between the flawed data information and me doing the curiosity in me, I wonder why this is that. And they're talking, and I'm listening. I'm over here on what's going on with these STDs, because I don't know. Then I went all the way into the babies and who's more likely with this. And then I ended up with birth defects. Like, I wanted to know which race of women, carry certain birth defects in children. No, this had nothing to do with the panel. Now, this is just me. This is me telling you where I stopped with the Just Pearly Things recent video and began to do my own stuff. Like, okay, I'm done with that. And some of the stuff that she said, it don't even matter now. It seems so petty and childish after reading this other stuff. It's giving, this is candy. Like, it's candy. It was like, oh, this is not that was candy. Now this is some real shit. I'm super concerned about what's going on here with the percentage of birth defects being put out by a certain group of people. Then I wanted to see what the white women were putting birth defects, then the Asian women and the Latino women, and then I went from there to I know which race. I'm not going to give you that. Okay, is more likely to produce a child with birth defects is the severity of the birth defects. So then I went into, well, you just can't say, oh, tell me, oh, okay, black women produce children with more birth defects than white women. That's not going to work. I need what type, and by birth defects, let's get specific, because in the birth defects, they'll say, okay, these are serious birth defects versus minor. You see what I'm saying? So then I went into the severe birth defects and minor birth defects. And then I found out, oh, so this race of people, this is why you can't stop with the first bit of information you got. You got to keep reading. You got to study. And I know some of y'all lazy and you want to just get the information that you see up off the top right away and don't spend, like I did, the next 3 hours on a goose hunt of the who's got what, who's doing who, and what's going on in this fucking universe before it all burns to hell. But I did. And hours later, the results are petrifying, okay? Hours later, the results were petrifying. Because everything I went to, every source, every study, every severe, non-severe, everywhere I went, it all led to death. It led to death. Okay? Every fucking one. I'm talking about birth defects, fertility, why the fertility's that way. I went all the way into who's dying faster, the age of the death more likely, and how they're dying and by whose hand. And it was awful. It was an awful place. I didn't want to be there. I wish I never saw it. I did. I feel like I would have been perfectly fine in my bubble of just limited information that I didn't really have the details on because it didn't seem relevant, right? Because we all got to wake up, we got to eat, and we all got to die. We say that, but we're not all dying at the same rate, okay? We're not. Some of us are dying faster. Also, our mortality. Black women and their infant mortality. I'm sorry, not just mortality, but their infant mortality. Its death rate is increased. Okay, well, what happened here? Hospitals are fully equipped. What the frick's going on? That's really what I'm thinking. Like, well, damn. So that's in that. Oh my gosh. Oh, we are in 2026. We are too far in advance in medicine. See, these are the things in office. I think Kamala Harris probably already, she knew, but she didn't know how, she couldn't deliver it and say it that way. Why somebody needs to get in these rooms and put in place some things to help with infant mortality deaths for people in lower economic status. I understand why she was really pushing that at the time. I'm looking at this stuff and we're thinking, that would be great. Yeah, some people, I'm thinking like, yeah, some people, they might need a little extra something. I wasn't really looking at it at the eyes of a woman who really needs to have that, because I've been planning on having any more children. You know what I mean? And I still won't. I can't. I'm not going to be having any children ever again. I've already done my duty to society. I've given you 3. I've got nothing else more to give. We're good. We gave y'all 3. I didn't just do it by myself. Me and a spouse gave y'all 3 children in this world. But I also did not quite grasp, or was either in complete denial, that, well, the Black babies are dying the most at delivery. What the heck? How are y'all doing? What's going on here? I'm going to have to take a little bit more time and get into that and gather that information. That's going to take me, that's a project. I'll put it on my list. My list of stuff to study for no other reason but to benefit my own self-awareness and pass on what I can, as if it's going to make a difference. I mean, I don't know. Who's going to have somebody supposed to fix that? I got to really go into that and really study it. I didn't do that. I was already, by that point, I was done. I was looking at the rate of death, how we're dying faster. Oh my gosh, this is giving me, I didn't want to see, didn't want to hear. How did it get this way? Why we got to be the ones to fucking die off the planet first? That's what it was giving me. Y'all understand what I'm saying? Y'all understand what I'm saying? Ultimately, in the end, hours later, that's why, hey, panel, whatever, y'all can say this and you can say that. And you coons, you might want to shut your goddamn mouths, because you're the first to go. You're the first at the top of the list to be like to die off. Okay, you're exiting the planet. You're exiting. which this is backs up. Shout out to Trinity Time Travels. Trinity did say over there on Ant's panel the other day, well, if our men are gone, we gone too. We kind of brushed past that because we were in the heat of the moment of, the sensitivity of the topic, and who led black pearly things into the manosphere and who's to blame and all that foolishness. That in the end, what does that have to do whether or not she entered into a space? And y'all at the end, did y'all bother to remind us and yourself that fuck what you said, y'all are dying really fast and quicker and faster than ever, and so are we. Yeah, panel that. That's what I want y'all to do. Panel a thorough studied discussion. Grab you a scientist if you need to, or a MD, and go into finding out and how it got to be. Let me see if I can pull up the census anymore. To be the most underrepresented group on the planet, the fastest ones to die out. Go do that and come back and call me when you're done. Anybody? I hear you, Rob, but this just wasn't the time right now, okay? Anybody want to come up with a 5-point plan on how to stop us from dying? I'd like to know what your thoughts, opinions in the process about how to do that. I mean, we're like 6 times more likely to die than a white woman, so you're gonna have to really step it up, guys, to keep us alive here. You're gonna have to really, put some plans in action before we goddamn die off. 6 times more likely, that's pretty high in itself, but if that wasn't enough to add insult to injury, we got to be the first dying the most on the planet. Just dying to the left, dying to the right, dying up front, dying out of sight. Well, damn, who put a target on us? What do we do to y'all? What do we do to the world for y'all just want to kill us off like this? Now, this is what I'm talking about. This is where I transition from fuck all that you're talking about over here on this. I'm about to have a real conversation with the higher ups, and by higher ups, I'm meaning the gods, about whose decision was this to just take us up off the planet. I'd like to know. I mean, I plan on being here for the duration of the time that I was promised, but overall, I do care. This is that moment when I'm not singing that ain't got shit to do with me. Yeah, this actually it does. All the young girls that are after me, all the ladies after us, all our daughters, all our grandness, whatever, they may or may not make it, and it's more likely than our like. Well, how did it get like this? It doesn't even matter at this point how it got like that. I just want to know why. Because how it got like that, it didn't happen overnight. It didn't happen just because, a blink of an eye. Why we got to be like, what's this about? This is the part where in my my commentary, I left out, look, my initial goal was to neutrally, non-biasedly, well, maybe a little biased. Yeah, I was a little biased, but my biasness was justified, okay? I had a justified bias approach to even looking into the thought process of just Pearly Things, who is just, on her assignment of, being the little demon she is, and Millie rocking on y'all's block. And that's what she's going to do. Okay. I know how she works. I know what she's going to say. The same things, Other than on the lead attorney's channel, there hasn't been a whole lot that's like you can really come up against and say not, because it's It is what it is, but why it's that way, I don't know who has the mind, the ability, the patience, the type of endurance, and the type of compassion to take that on. I don't know, not a single person, not one. I most certainly don't. Who has this, guys? I need to know who has the compassion to take on. Um, we're dying. Faster than everybody else. Everybody. So, very quickly, relationship convos go dry. Very quickly, the submissive conversation that y'all like to wear down into the goddamn on it goes out the window. You don't need to worry about if Black women, how submissive they are and this and that, because you won't even be here to submit them, and they won't be here around to be submissive at the rate it's going. That's what I'm saying. Like, you need to be worried about other things, as in, like, before we go, if we're gonna go out with a bang, let's get something right. Let's try to clean up some things, because I don't know if some stuff just can't be undone. Things we can't get back. Time. You can get stuff back. You can get possessions back. Hell, you can get a lovers back. I mean, shoot, some people even get children back. They lose when they can have another child. Things you cannot get time back. You can't get time back. And it ran so far ahead. It is so far ahead. Ain't no way of catching up. The death rate done pulled on Black pop community has pulled a Forrest Gump and just been running rampantly or jogging, and everybody just looking at it like, oh, okay, dang, and just dancing on along like nothing going on. Quicker than everybody else. I mean, I don't wish anybody to just be dying off like that, period. I just don't. But I kind of thought, well, surely somebody else will pop up on this. And I got some more things, y'all, that I went into. I wrote down. I'm gonna save that because I just need to save it. I don't want to go into that here. I can't give it all at one time, and I'm leaving some things out just for the fact that I'd be up here to forever. And I need the documentation and the work, and I put some work into this only for my own soul and my own peace of mind, and just trying to get some clarity. And I just don't. I want to know why. I would have liked to have seen somebody else's race, step up and take the doomsday card. Like, well, dang. Would that hate it? Would that God? My gosh, what is going on here? What the happened? It can't be leading here and then there and then there. Give me a break. Cut me some slack. It's just one of those blow to blow to blow to blow, and each fucking blow ended in death. Yeah, that's very easy to say. I only put it up. It caught my eye. And no offense to anybody else. That's easy to say. Change your diet, and we can slow down dying off the planet. That is so easy to say. Like, how bad can a diet be to where, like, come on now. Because the men are taking the lead, and then y'all, It's not that simple, Owens. It's just not. If everybody stopped right now, it completely changed how they're eating habits. Stop with the bar. Like it's not that easy. There is some systematic stuff that's going on. I'm just not willing to say it. Not at this time. I feel like I would probably get a call and ask to please take that video down. Like there's some stuff I really almost feel like I need permission to even put out. I need to ask somebody, like, am I okay to say this that won't cause an absolute backlash? Because I most certainly don't want hell coming my way about it. Nobody wants to keep reading and ending with, really? Death? Okay, let me try here. Death. Infant. Death. Just doom. Like, my gosh. And that's just surface level studying. I didn't even go all the way into the worst death, because I'm not going to be able to get that research online. And that's spiritual death. That's not available online. That has to be given from another place. So yeah, I have my own I got my own agenda right at this point. One cancel out the other bit by bit. And I understand what you all were doing. When I don't understand it, I don't understand it, and I don't respect it. Trying to change information, but you can change some things, okay? How Black women are dying, and by the hands of who, even if it's of their own doing, where it comes back to, I don't want to hear that. I'm in complete denial. I don't want to hear it. I just don't want to hear it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to hear it, but I already have. And I went even so far, like the science of it is like, oh, you cannot do that. You can't beat science and math. Like, you don't have that ability. That's God can do that. Oh, but then again, some of y'all don't even believe in God. Remember that Sky Daddy? Y'all don't want to have that. Who the hell spoke death into the damn race? Like, what the fuck happened here? It cannot be like that. That is exceedingly high, y'all. Like, there are some things where it's like, okay, well, okay, Black guys are more likely to get arrested. Like, there were some things that started off one way, but being arrested isn't dying. Okay, you get to come home at some point, do what you're supposed to do. You'll get out of jail. Is it still it's not a good thing? It's a bad thing, but you didn't die. When I used to say, but did you die? I mean, but damn, but then I'll keep looking, but you are going to at some point, quicker than usual and faster than anybody else. If you did everything right, Owens, played by all the rules, did everything right, you are still most likely to die first. Ain't that about it, bitch? See, that's this type of science and research I'm talking about. I did everything right. I ate right. I exercised. I walked 5 miles a day. I went to my doctor visits, and somehow I still had a fucking heart attack. Like, that's what I'm talking about. Whoa, who can beat that? So I guess I'm just going to have to, summon up, a council meeting with the goddamn Grim Reapers. Well, they only come to, they come to collect. I don't know if we need to talk to death itself. I know it's too late to be talking like that, but like, can y'all slow down on the African American race? Can y'all slow down on Black people? Like, come on now. Now, I do know some people will say, oh, well, you got to count in all these or whatever. No, I went pretty specific, and I get some of it. You got to, they're going to, of course, bring in the world search and over there. No, it's look, stop trying to water down this stuff. It's still at the top. There are many other races of people living over in Asia Minor, India, China that outnumber. Stop with the nonsense. I was checking on their stuff too. It's not, just know one and I know the others. That doesn't work. So this isn't, I hope y'all don't take things like this and think you're just going to ball out till you fall dead. Like, that's not the way. That's not the approach. Their solution where you can't conquer death. Only one person can do that and did that. And, ironically, y'all don't believe in that person. So that's the only way to conquer death. Y'all don't believe in it. You laugh at the majority of us who do, who can conquer death, because my gosh, not very happy about it. I don't know what you're mad about. I really don't know. This just wasn't a panel night. This was, let me go ahead, get my little, assessment of the situation that was going on. Everything was funny. It was all, this is when it's like not funny anymore. I mean, I was rocking and rolling. I was crying, like really entertained. There were some things that were brought up on a particular panel over just pearly things that I found just absolutely, it's so funny. And I wrote them down. I'm like, oh, okay, this guy right here is a joke. This and that. And then I got all the way down to the flawed data. Then I just had to go. I just had to keep going. Then I had to go a little bit deeper into with the STDs. And then I went from there. That's what I'm saying. That's how I got there. I just had to keep going. Like, why didn't I just stop? The need to know, like, does it make it better? No. I mean, knowledge is supposed to be power, right? And I'm not disagreeing with that. The more you know, the more you grow. There's so many cliche things I could throw out there. It just isn't the time. I'm going to try to process it. I really need to stop looking. Like, I feel like, how you turn a page on something and keep turning, and it's like, okay, this story isn't getting any better. Where's the good part? Or I'm waiting for like the good part to come out. Like, aha, ta-da, there we go. Yeah, like you're digging for treasure. You're digging for something, and you're looking for that gold coin, and it ain't in the general census of what I'm saying. I didn't pull up the census site, you guys. I was going to show you. I don't think I got the energy and the strength to do it. I'm already way past my bedtime. My mind is stretched. And I got to say, whatever I got for tomorrow to go out here and face, it's like now I'm going to be looking at people with a completely different. I don't know what I don't know what I'm going to do. Because the fighting, who's mad at who and all that nonsense, with the black fatigue topics. Y'all gonna be fatigued, all right. You're gonna be fatigued and taking a nap, except it'll be a dirt nap. Okay, you don't gotta worry about it. You won't. You're gonna be sleep, all right. Eternal sleep. yeah. Keep on being fatiguing. Have we, as a people, talked our own damn selves into the end? If the life, the power of life and death lies in the tongue, you have cursed yourselves to death. And now you're going to say, well, what do you mean you? Because I'm not dying with you. I made it very clear. I'm not dying for anybody. I don't have to. I'm not dying for any of you. I don't need you dying for me. I'm not dying for my kids. I'm living for my kids. They need me alive. They don't need me dead. It's not my time. I'm not dying trying to be a good Samaritan, catching a bullet for anybody. I'm not going to ride or die for anybody. That's ridiculous. Why does somebody got to keep dying? Ride or die. Ride or die now I don't want to hear that no more. I don't want to ride, and I'm not dying. I'm not even getting in the cars. At this point, everybody should just stop. Don't do nothing else. It's terrible. People passing stuff on to the woman who's gonna carry it. Thus pass this on. This is talk about a generational curse, all wrapped up in with no bow. And the Grand Reaper standing on the side on the left and one on the right. One in the front and one in the back, boxed in. And no one could say they didn't see this coming. I have a headache. I don't want to talk anymore. And like I said, I did go deeper, when I was going into, well, dang, what's going on with the birth defects now? And what kind of birth defects? The findings they weren't flawed. I was like, oh, okay, yeah, that does make sense, because I don't really see Black babies with this type of defect. I do see more in the schools. I would see more, the Caucasians may have this. Like, there are certain things that experience. Here we go, that flawed data versus experience. We already knew, like, oh, more likely the white woman going to have a kid with this, and the Black ones with kids. Experience showed that. I didn't even need a data for it. Now, some other things I got, I need to see how that is. Break that down for me. I usually just throw it out there. I need it broken down. And the findings kept leading to death. That is so sad and heartbreaking on one end, and on the other hand, it's, well, can it be liberating? I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it. I haven't had enough time. Hey, Mills. That was a blow, and it was something I'm just not willing to say right now, because I don't want to believe it. I need to be in denial for about at least to after after this week, and maybe I'll pretend, or I just found out about it and try to bring it back to the table, but I can't. That's too much. It's too much on my spirit. So, what are we going to do? I look, I don't know what people are standing on. I don't know what you people do. Y'all will throw a Bible verse here or there out, but y'all speak so much damn depth. You done brought it, and it doesn't look like it's leaving anytime soon. Who wants to look at annihilation? It is depressing. That's why I put depression. I gotta spend the next 24 hours absolutely depressed about this is where I ended up. And nobody did it. I had to keep looking. I could have kept laughing and kicking right along when it was superficial information about conviction versus non-like. That superficial type of talk that's been done so many times. People can just recite out the top of their head. It doesn't even carry the weight anymore. It's like, how many times are we going to talk about who's more likely to get arrested, who's more likely to go to jail, how the judge is sentenced, we all know this. That's not new, anything new. I would like to back up and find out when, who, what, when, where, and why. We just started leading in the Destination Annihilation plan. Like, who wrote that in? That got written in somewhere, because it wasn't always like that. So, shout out to Heidi Fly. She's spoken on destiny swapping a lot. I know somebody's gonna laugh, like that's not a thing. but that's what it gives me. Destiny swapping. Like, whose destiny was this initially? And somebody did something and swapped some shit around and put everything on the backs of the dang on black people. Like, come on now. The odds of hitting an F in every single category and landing dead in every single category. Like, come on now. Like, the odds in that are slim to none. Like, how is that possible? Come on, where's for the win at? Ain't we got no wins in here? I don't like it. And I am speaking against it for my own self and for what it is I brought into this world. But I don't know what y'all, people start, I don't know what y'all gonna do. You can't outrun death. And it's on your ass. It's on the people's ass. You can't beat death. You just can't. You also didn't need to speed the shit up either. And that to the point it can't be, if everybody stopped and just be good, like what is be good? Like, it's just one of those things where the wheel is turning and who got position on that side. Oh, okay. Well, dang. And there's some other things too. I'm just not gonna bring in at this moment because I will have to go into bloodlines and breaking some things and not, it can get it can go very, very deep, probably further than a lot of people's mind can hold and grasp attention. But the study's there. Somebody's done pretty much most of the work. And when you get to, okay, what do you do about it? There's not any solutions. I mean, it's an individual basis on what person was willing to accept and what they're going to do in their life. But still, the target is already out there. Like a target's on your back. The dice is on your back. Okay, how to get that target off? I don't know. That depends on people individually. I don't know what you stand on. Around here, we built on the rock, and on the rock that I'm built on, the winds are gonna blow, storms gonna come, the water's gonna rise, and you're gonna beat up against my house, but I will not fall. But everybody ain't built on a rock. Some of y'all did build your houses on sand. You did, and you did, and so I don't know. It's not looking too good for you. So if I don't have anything positive to say concerning the annihilation of a community of people, it would be, you better go find something that's tangible in the spiritual realm. And you might want to be latching on and maybe make it out of the probability that you have an early death on your hands, prematurely, right next door, making its way to your house. And the last thing you need to be worrying about is freaking relationship advice and submission. Like that's the last thing you need to be worrying about is Black women submit. Like I said, you don't got to worry about if we're gonna be submitting or not. You won't be here for us to submit to, and we won't be there to submit. You'll be gone, and we'll be gone. Trinity damn near called it out. She didn't say it that way. She was speaking more on a protect end, and I was like, I don't know how to protect a man. Like that's, well, not for real. Not like physically protect. Now, spiritually, that's something different. That's just, you two not the place for that type of conversation. But I'm not supposed to be protecting. Y'all supposed to be protecting. Like forget who's protecting who. Death is you can't be there. You ain't that strong. Nobody's that strong. Well, someone was and is, but it ain't you for sure. I most certainly won't be relying on any human to get me out of the goddamn death race. Do that for me. Do that for me, y'all. Start the first of the year with all y'all panels called the death race, and start plotting and trying to wiggle your way out of how to cheat death. because that's all you got around the corner. Happy freaking Thanksgiving. That being said, I am done. I got studies and work to do. BG is on some stuff I need to be on. I'll get on my foolishness when it's time for my foolishness, but I didn't, not tonight. I'm going to read my book that's coming from Sin Cities. This couldn't be a better time for me to have privilege to a God's mind. And some of y'all were privileged to get some of this commentary. Consider yourselves a lucky few. If I don't private it, consider yourselves lucky. Because I really wasn't even going to touch it. I thought, I don't want to say that, but now I said, yes, I do. I can't, I'm not one of those people, you go to reading something, then just because you didn't want to see it or hear it, you're going to act like it don't exist. No, that's not how it works. Everybody close their eyes and keep walking, and let's hope we don't end up land in a hole. No, that's the blind leading the blind, and then y'all end up in the ditch. I'm not blind, eyes wide open, green and all. I'm not blind. Hell, if I was, Amazing Grace sure sprung up on me tonight. I once was blind. Now I see. Maybe you do need to listen. If you're going to TM my word, the truth will set you free. I don't know. Maybe something to that. You will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. I'm setting myself free by truthfully admitting this is death. Ain't nothing cute about it. Ain't nothing at Google AdSense about it. Ain't nothing super chat so cute about it. Ain't nothing Cash App friendly about it. Ain't nothing anybody could say that could talk, walk, or pay me out of the fact that that's death. And I'm not going. And we're not going. My kids aren't going. And hell, I guess I'm just have to say that dad, I don't want him to go. But he's not really in this equation. He did not count it. The irony, he not even counted in this equation. I'm talking about Black African Americans. So I don't got nothing else, you guys. Unless there's a specific question, you can ask right now. Why that clock hits we'll give it 60 seconds. If you have a serious specific question, if I can go there, I'll try. I know you trolling, and I hope you get what you want, but I just don't have the troll energy, baby. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, miss. I tell y'all right. I don't have troll energy. We can have fun. Reese was in here. All of you are. I don't have the troll energy. Okay, so I'm just scrolling up a little bit. Boy, that man. My gosh. I don't know what's y'all. Yeah, I don't have that type of energy because there's nothing you can say to me. I mean, unless you're gonna give me an uplifting word to start my morning with. What are we supposed to do? Well, yeah, but Rob, you're gonna laugh, and you're not taking it serious. Like, how can you laugh at this type of stuff? What's wrong, babe? How are you gonna laugh at knowing you're gonna be dead? Like that, that ain't funny. And I don't want to be laughing about it. Like it's a time for everything. It's a place. And it's just not the time. Like, I'm trying to figure out how you not taking you just don't take serious, which made me look at you sideways. Like, are you already on the road to death? You're not taking things serious. Like, shit. You gonna go before me. And without y'all, I can't produce any more me's or you's. Without no many us's, we don't exist. Hence, nothing's funny about that. I don't like it. Well, if you're on the road, you know what? so are a lot of other people. And if people are, you think you're not gonna be able to laugh your way. You're not gonna be laughing when you look up and they're staring you in the face. It's not gonna be so funny then. That's why I was like, I know I was rushing through some of those talking points because all the humor was gone, everything that was enjoyable, and I actually enjoyed assessing the situation, but it got to where I went on my own, the beat of my own drum, and I thought, oh wow. You trying to hit a link and come up here? I'll put it, but I just don't know. Are you gonna add? Are you gonna help? Make what are you gonna do, Rob? Okay, you can't trigger me right now. I'm on the edge. Like, you don't understand. That's like reading and studying, and you're still gonna fail the damn test. I'm not that selfish. I'm gonna pass. I know what needs to be done. I've been doing it for quite some time, and I've instilled it into my children. But that's not the majority of us, and that's not our men aren't. That's not what's going on. Hang on. I got you. Before Rob come up here, Rob, give me a second. Let me say this, y'all. I was able. I'll put it to you this way. I ended up in the book of Genesis. I used, this might be dark. I don't think it's dark. Okay, I'm gonna throw it out there. I went from just pearly things down, putting out certain stats, which they weren't any stats that people haven't known before. I went from there to my mind thinking something else, double check and double down, fact checking something. Went from there. I ended up in the book of Genesis to trace. This is how thorough I was searching to origins of certain thing. Y'all want to know where I ended? I ended back in Genesis. See, but you don't hear me though. And I, not too long, told somebody, every time I study, every time I get in this place of I need more, I want more information, more knowledge, trying to go further, I end up back at Genesis. I end up in the beginning. That's how I know, well, this was already, you can't beat Genesis. You can't beat God. You can't out talk, out wrestle, out panel, out cash out, out super chat, out freaking link up. You can't outman the book of Genesis. And that's why I don't like dealing with you atheists. So, y'all don't come around me. Take your atheist energy elsewhere. Y'all just help speeding up the damn death process. It always take me back to Genesis. I ended up back in Genesis, double checked something, ended up at the curse. Canaan got cursed, his bloodline. Y'all see where I'm going with that? And then from there, I had to double check some other stuff. And it still led to death. I'm trying my best. What's up, Rob?
Yo, what up? You hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
What's good? What's good? What up?
I'm good. Were you able, while you were trolling, were you able to keep up a little bit with what I was saying? I don't even, you just popped
Yeah, no, I was. I was.
Yeah. Yeah,
Go
I
ahead.
don't. No, I was just saying I was trying to get it out. So once I knew once I got it out, I could get it off my chest and I could move
Yeah.
forward. But it had to be said. There's something that's going on, and I was gonna do a review on it. It was all comical. It was funny. It was lighthearted. And then I took a turn. You driving down the road, whatever. It's all good. It's all dandy. Took that one turn. and it led you down a whole bunch of other streets.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't act like you didn't see what you saw. That's how it was. And, I can't help but feel some type of fucking way. So pardon me for not being all he, hardy, ha, ha. Yeah, it's kind of depressing.
Yeah, I know. Because you know, like you usually, you can you let me be me up here or no?
You're fine.
All right, let me be me. All right. So okay. So now, yeah. So like usually, like you just take stuff so damn serious. You got to stop this shit. You feel me?
No, I don't feel you at all.
You got to stop this shit. All right?
No, it's not all right. You sound ridiculous. You sound fucking ridiculous. Okay. Why you up here laughing on your way to Hades? Okay, keep that same motherfucking energy because I take things serious that need to be serious. When it's time to play, I'll play. But that is serious. How am I supposed to not take, speeding up of our damn infant mortality? That was serious. That was it totally was a buzzkill. It was such a buzzkill. That's why I'm like, it's a buzzkill.
I know.
I knew doing. I got it off of me. I spoke it. I saw what I saw. People process how they process things. Don't want to hear what they don't want to fucking hear. Okay, I've had things that I didn't want to hear before, didn't want to see, and didn't really want to be like, well, hold on now. But shit, I'm a nerd. I'm a nerd. Yeah, I'm gonna take some stuff serious. I am.
And you ain't no nerd. You ain't no nerd.
Yes, I am.
No, you not.
Hi from Aruba. Cheers and blessings.
No damn nerd. I know that. No.
That's weird. I can't believe you don't know. See, that's why. See, guys like you, y'all are only great to play around with. Y'all want to joke. Y'all want to have a good time. You what we call a good time, boy. You all for the good times. You all for all the shenanigans and all the razzle dazzle. But you're not, Rob. You're not no good person that's ready to be when it's time to be serious.
Oh, I am a good person. When it's time to get serious, I'm on the front line.
You just sat here and told me I would take things too serious, all because I simply was giving out.
Because you in the oh yeah, my frat, oh yeah, my people, yeah, my frat, that we do this, yeah, those pink and black and that and all that shit. Come on, stop that, man. Come on.
First of all, I don't want. Hold on, let me get you together because you sound fucking ridiculous. Why you motherfucking laughing? I don't belong to a fraternity. Fraternity are for men. So when have I ever said my frat? Are you referring to sorority behavior?
Friends college. I dropped out. I don't know.
No, I'm just curious because I don't know anything about being in a fraternity.
You know what I mean? Stop it. Shut up.
Well, if you're going to say it and try to be shady, then say it right.
I'm not trying to be shady.
I don't rock any colors that are pink and black. They are actually
pink.
You
know what I'm talking about. Stop out the pink and black.
I don't know what you're talking about. If you want to try to be some type of way, if you want to call out a certain group of people, make sure you call it right, get the colors right, get the letters right, and understand you act like you know where you're at, because I will quickly remind you, don't act like you don't know who you're dealing with, and it is a serious matter.
Oh my God.
It is a serious matter.
Oh boy.
Man, how about that? Now you feel attacked. Rob, don't play with things you don't got no business playing with. You shouldn't be playing with those type of things. You shouldn't even be bringing it up or mentioning it. Stay in your lane. That ain't your area to be commenting on because you don't know anything about it. And it is a serious matter. So don't bring that into the conversation because it wasn't.
Ain't you, my friend?
Nothing about what I said in this conversation had anything to do with a group of like people or a sorority. Where did that come from? You just don't have anything else to identify me by because you're so shallow and short-minded that you can't see the deeper parts of me, and you're not around to experience the deeper side of Beachy, the more intellectual side of me, the spiritual side of me, that side of me that wake up people. You're never there for it. You're just there for the fun times and the bullshit. So what do you got other than this? Because it's not given and it's not working and it's not very attractive right now. You're not being Rob's finest. You're being Rob's. What the fuck are you talking about?
Oh no, well, I still got the expensive smelling cologne that I'm still wearing.
That's not good, and you're still gonna die.
Okay, so I mean,
and you'll die. You're gonna
good.
die smelling in that cologne, which won't matter as your body lays in the morgue and 6 feet under. Okay, it won't. No one's gonna care.
Oh, they will care. They will care. I know a lot of people don't care. Mm-hmm. They care on YouTube. They care too. They love it.
Okay, well, they're lying to you.
But oh no, they're not lying to me. They're right there. You know that.
Y'all
you know women on YouTube fuck with me. You know that. So don't act stupid.
I don't know what women on YouTube
people on 7 years fuck with me. So don't you ever fucking think that they don't fuck with me, and don't think that they don't ever fuck with Rob, because Rob, aka BK's Finest, been doing this shit since 2018, Bridget. So you fucking know that. You know.
You're getting
so you act like these people don't fuck with me, because you know they do.
But I didn't say they didn't.
Stop it. These people love me on fucking YouTube. You know that shit.
Oh, wow.
Stop it.
You got a little touch there.
Stop acting like these motherfuckers don't fuck with me. You know they do. Go in my shit. Just go in my shit, Bridget. You know that because you was there too. Just go in my shit. Long time ago. Just go in my shit a long time ago, 5-7 years ago. You know that, Bridget? Stop playing.
I'm not playing, but this wasn't about you, okay? And who fucks
Stop
with Rob.
playing.
This was about a community of people. And
I understand that.
Some data that we. So what are you talking about?
No, I'm just saying that you act like I'm a nobody on here.
I would never do that. You just I told you my mood. I know you're somebody. You are somebody. Okay? You need me to pat you on your head on, y'all. Let me pat Rob real quick.
Pat me on the fucking head and the shoulder. You damn right.
Let me pat Rob on his
fucking head and shoulder. You damn right.
And scratch his back and remind him
Rob
that somebody.
Me and you talked offline. We talked offline.
I don't even remember. You trying to make me remember shit from 20 motherfucking.
Stop it. When I went to Burger King, you say, "Hey, Rob, you need to get it. You need to get stop." Like, you know,
like
remember that? Oh my god! Oh my god! She don't remember. She don't remember.
Well, hold on a second. Did you say I was talking to you? I talked to you.
I was walking to Burger King one time on the fucking phone, and I was on the phone with you, and you was like, "Yes, I need to make I'm going to make a live, and I'm going to like program it for you." And then you don't remember that?
I mean, barely. Not. I mean, it could have been, you know.
Okay, Bridget. It doesn't matter.
If you say it happened,
it's cool. It's cool.
Look, COVID came. I don't remember some things. Okay.
I know you don't. It's all right. I don't care. I'm not taking this shit personal. It was fucking YouTube. I don't care.
I just don't.
I don't give a fuck about this YouTube shit.
You're probably right. It probably did happen. It must have been one conversation.
I'm saying this years ago. I don't care.
It had to be a very long time ago. I mean,
yeah.
You brought it
I'm
up.
Just saying, we talked okay. Yeah.
Well, you were walking to Burger King. You got where you needed to, and I don't even remember the video's title. I have an idea, but gosh, you're talking about way back so long ago. You know?
No, that's what I'm trying to tell you. That's how long I knew you. So don't think I'm some new nigga.
Why would I think that? It's just that
No, because I'm just saying the way you talk to me is like I'm some new nigga. Like I'm not a
oh,
new nigga.
I just my energy was depleted, okay, and I'm
Okay,
a
that's
little
cool.
sad.
That's cool. I'm just
I'm
saying
and I,
I'm a crazy nigga. I'm a crazy Brooklyn nigga. So I don't like to get treated like a new nigga. You feel me?
okay, well, you wanted extra special treatment,
I
and I
get
just didn't have it to
extra
give.
special treatment.
I
You feel
didn't
me?
have it to give. But
Real talk.
I can't give you something I ain't got. All right,
Okay,
and I
that's
don't got it
cool.
to give
That's
right now.
cool. That's cool, sweetheart. Go ahead.
How you don't hit me with no motherfucking sweetheart? Who you think you talking to?
Oh shit.
You
Oh
sweetheart
shit.
me.
Okay.
You got me. You
Sweetheart.
got me.
Bridget. Bridget.
I'm
The
going to
fuck?
bed. I'm
Yeah,
going.
no. All right, go ahead. I'm done.
No, I'm good. I'm going to bed, and I'm probably gonna private this video. I had to get it out what I needed to say so I can release it off of me. I wasn't about to. Shit, I ain't got much to sleep. Dang, I got like 4 hours of sleep. Dang, Rob,
Hmm.
what you gonna do about your soul?
We can talk. We ain't going to sleep right now. My
Pushing it.
soul.
Yeah.
To my soul.
Hmm.
I mean, my soul. I don't even know, man. My soul was just fucked.
That's messed up. That's your answer. My soul is fucked.
Yeah, Bridget, Bridget,
Wow, that's
Bridget,
pretty dark.
Bridget,
That's
Bridget. We listen. We need to talk about life because you got your food stamps. You got your EBT, right?
what do you mean? Like from
What I
the
got, well, listen. I was fuck around and said I got my EBT and my food stamps, right? I was fucking around with that, but
oh,
but but you got I mean, you got children, right?
my kids are grown. Talking about when I
Oh,
was yeah,
oh,
I don't
I have no kids. Yeah, I do have no children.
we not
Um, but I do joke about it. Obviously, you know what I'm saying. I do joke about that. But the thing is, Bridget, you are something else because you get on YouTube, man, and you just let these people just fuck with you.
that's a
You know what I'm
lie.
saying? And
That's a lie.
I just want to say this to you because I hide it
But you
because
just lied. You just lied on my character. I don't let nobody do anything. What the fuck are you talking about?
lie what?
They
Lie
don't
what?
even like I don't let anybody fuck me. Like, what are you talking about, Rob? For real.
Lie on what? Lie on what?
No, you just said I get on YouTube and let people fuck with me. Like, what do you mean?
Okay, chill out. I say that shit to me too. Calm down.
Don't
What's
know
wrong
the
with you?
the truth, and I
I say
haven't.
YouTube. No, I'm telling you, YouTube
Yeah.
fucks with people. YouTube fucks with like people on YouTube fucks with people. And I hate that you go on here and fucking go mad on these people. You need to stop doing that.
Okay, well, you're not my daddy, and you don't need to tell me what I need to do. And I think what I'm do is pretty damn funny. We have a good time on here. It's not that serious. This is serious. 99.9% and a third of the time, it's not that serious, Rob. This happened to be the time that it is. So what are you talking about?
Okay. All right.
You just
I,
making up. You're trying to your narrative that you're creating about how I act is just not accurate. Okay.
I'm not trying to make up anything. I'm not trying to make up anything, but
Your narrative ain't narrating. Okay. Let's move forward. My heart is hard to never stray away from the Lord. So I'm gonna be reading this book. I'm about to start it. I might try to get at least 3 lines in. You subscribe to Sin City Raps. I'm gonna be start reading her book, and that's gonna be better.
all right.
Um, I'm gonna probably private this video. I'm gonna unless somebody just really want to review it or something. Dang, I can hear those branches up against my house, just like blowing.
I say that when somebody is here and they on YouTube and they want to fuck with people and be Wendy Williams on this motherfucker, then that's a problem.
Yeah, well, we're gonna have some fun. I'm actually kind of glad you did come up here. I'm in a lighter mood. That
You know
was
what I'm saying? When somebody come up here on YouTube, and I don't give a fuck about YouTube, but when they come up here and they look like Grumpy Adams, and they all gray and shit like that, and they talk about people gossiping, and they all gray with a gray beard. Okay, that's fucked up, and that's Wendy Williams type shit. That means he
um
a bitch.
yeah, yeah, that ain't my
You
thing. My
understand? If you know, you know.
yeah,
All
yeah.
right. Now, Rob, he don't talk. He don't say names. Okay, but if
Okay.
you know, you know.
Mm,
Bridget, because you have people here, Bridget, that don't want to do you no harm, Bridget, right? I'm a good dude, Bridget, but you got bitch ass niggas on here, Bridget, right?
I mean, they exist in this world.
Don't you got Santa Clauses on here? Don't you got Santa Claus on here?
I don't know nothing about that, Rob. I really
Okay, I know you don't. Okay, you got bitch ass niggas on there, faggots, LGBT fake ass faggots, little gay nick, whatever the
All
fuck.
right, let's pump your brakes. Pump your brakes.
Okay. I'm no. I'm on filter, so I don't give a fuck. You know about that shit, nigga.
Okay, well, you gotta pipe it down though, because I don't want to
Okay.
come back and cut it. I'm already
All right. All right. All right.
we don't need to be flagged for homophobic speech unnecessarily and hate
Oh,
towards this particular group of people.
they still flag? They still
You gotta
flag?
do, you gotta know how to deliver how I deliver when you speak on certain things. You
Yeah.
gotta learn. You gotta be
I
smooth
know
with it.
they still flag. They still flag?
Yeah, I don't have anything to do with that. That people look, my community is my community. Other people, they don't bother me. I don't bother them. I don't speak on other stuff that
I
people
know that.
like to do unless I see something that needs to be addressed because it shouldn't be where I see it. Okay, that's the only time I care about anybody and what's going on in those other communities. Is when I'm calling out other folks and what are you doing with those communities? That's the only time. And I really, I'm there. There's many ways. Fuck it. Fuck
I
it.
know.
No, for real, because fuck it. I've already seen men that I would never thought I would see so thirsty and coveting.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't know, clout or acknowledgement. They compromise themselves and engaged in activities with communities
Yeah.
that don't befit them. And I think it's costing in exchange, it's costing them something they want. Because you claim to stand on a certain square, you claim to have a certain principle that you just won't break from, but yet you will compromise and switch up that to be somewhere else because there's a large audience. That is the difference between the real and the phony. That is the difference between standing on rock and standing on sand. I ain't budging for none of yous, okay? You're not gonna find me. You know how big the channel had been one time, and I had to check the people coming in with rainbow flags and letting them know, hey, I kind of would appreciate if you would keep your sexual preferences to yourself. I cater to a heterosexual community. I cater to a large group of men. When I was on here a lot, and there was a large chat of men, they're offended. I didn't, I come on here and entertain the men, not this. I had to check people and ask them to politely respect that. In return, they respected it, but it also came with a bit of hate and a bit of me, a phobia accusations on my part when it was none of that. It's just a matter of you just can't go where you always want to go and think you're going to up and turn and run the show. It doesn't work that way. Some of us actually are going to say, this is not the place for you. I get what you do that, but you can't come over here with that. Then people just start letting stuff mix up, and it got real messy, so messy, and it got polluted. Thus, this goes back into my conversation that I said earlier about who started polluting the freaking women in the first place to why we got these rates of diseases so high. We didn't contaminate our damn selves. Those are type of facts and type of point. Like I need to hear it. I need people to understand and acknowledge that. You're talking about my brothers. You're talking about our men, my men. You cannot tell me Black women, okay, are leading with this this rate of a disease or STDs are leading in all the world with it, and not include our men also when we primarily indulge in activities of a sexual nature with Black men. There are just a few people who mix and mingle. The 99% of us stay with Black men. So who brought in the damn herpes and extra stuff that was not seen in our community? It ain't no different than on our I could have used crack cocaine. Black people will find somebody came and dumped cracked up in the goddamn community. Did they not, Rob? You're in New York. And what did it do? It brought,
I don't know.
Okay, well, you know what crack did when they brought crack into the community.
Yeah, yeah, I know about that. I don't know about the herpes. Yeah, I know.
No heroin. They dumped that in, fucked up people. They brought the crack in, super. It's cheaper and less likely to kill you than heroin. Fucked up people, the birth of the crack babies. And somebody brought in some got motherfucking herpes. Okay.
I don't know about the herpes.
Black people have been targeted for so long. The whole plan was to just try to kill these niggas off. I just wasn't saying it that way because at that time I was giving a professional analysis of the situation. Now that we on nigga time since you came up here, who polluted the motherfucking pussy? Is that how you want to say it? Who polluted the damn the vaginas? Why did y'all? What was y'all going to bring this to us? Thus, that's why our stats are like that. Period. Now I know you don't got an answer. You don't got an answer because you right.
You want me to talk? You want me to talk?
Do what you want to do.
Okay. Now, boy. See, listen. This is why I was joking in the chat about Black men going with white women. You feel me? Because
I didn't read those, but I want to hear what you had to say.
Hold on. You said you said syphilis or what? What was the other thing?
The herpes epidemic.
Herpes, right?
Yeah. Okay. Herpes.
All right. Now the thing with that is, Black men, okay, them niggas, they probably do have fucking herpes. Okay, they probably do have fucking AIDS. They probably do have fucking HIV. They probably do, and then fucking these women, you know what I'm saying, and giving them that shit. You see, for a nigga like me, I don't have that. You feel me? I don't have none of that shit. But for them, you know what I'm saying, to have that and then give that to another woman, so she can give that to another her fucking man. That's fucking crazy to me. And that's why everybody has AIDS, HIV, syphilis, and all that type of shit.
Okay, let me help you with this. No, everybody may have had some exposure, but they're not leading with the number of contamination we are. That's what I'm not trying. I was quite frank when I said it and plain in English. Our race is leading in the numbers of the spread catching of the diseases, of the STDs, and we weren't. Not the specific ones you just named. There were others at one
Okay.
time, like trichomonas, some gonorrhea, whatever. We were not leading with the herpes simplex virus. That was not with the Black folks for a long time. And we're not even going to go into the HIV. But
Yeah.
even that, for Black women to be leading with that disease tells me already, they can't lead with something that wasn't passed to them and given to them from the Black women sleep with Black men. So if the majority of Black women are going to be carrying herpes around, then that means the majority of the Black men, the Black women are carrying it, the Black men passed it on to them. All right. Thus, those women, same women, they're going to pass it on to someone else. But who the hell brought in and introduced it? Those are some things some people just don't want to touch and address, because you kind of said it, and I heard what you said. That's a fight some people aren't ready to have. They're not ready to go back and pull stats from, okay, well, hold on now. In 1994, more white women had herpes. Then all of a sudden they started fucking Black men, and y'all ran with that epidemic. Now they caught the shit and they passed it on to the sisters. You know why nobody want to talk about that? Because that's accountability for, you know what, maybe sometime, stepping outside, it was all cute with your little snow bunnies and you didn't think about that. So see, you gotta think a little bit bigger, Rob. That destiny
man, I'm too old. I'm too old for this shit.
Well, look.
I'm 41 years old. I'm too old.
Well, I'm glad. I hope you.
When I was 21, I can do this.
Look, I'm glad that you have a clean body. I do too. I'm happy that you missed the contamination, and let's hope that it stays that way for you.
Oh my God, Bridget, I would tear you up if I was 21, 25.
You would not be doing any of those things. You most certainly wouldn't be doing any of those things.
Yeah, I get you.
Let me see what's going on. Hey, Black Wolf, I missed you. I haven't seen you in so long. Black Wolf, they weren't trying to hear me. Hey, One Love said this is fascinating. So people literally brought disease and harm into impoverished communities. Why is my question? Hang on. Origin HSV1 thought to have been present in hominids before they split from chimpanzees around 6 million years ago. Well, that's a little far. Let's address it. It goes way back. I'm confused. Okay, I'm not sure where you're confused at.
Come on, Bridget. Let's talk about something else, man.
This is true.
Let's talk about something else.
You can't be up here and change my dang on thing. I'm not going to deviate that far. Oh. Yeah. Now, One Love 211. Don't this sound? Listen. I'm gonna take y'all there. If y'all gonna get on this type of time with me, I'm gonna take you there. Rob, you just since you participating, you just sit quiet and participate. I got this. Hold on.
Tell you.
One Love. Don't that sound familiar? Shh. Hold on, Rob. Let me help them out. One Love. One Love. Have we heard this story before? Have we ever heard a story where some people were fine and they were amongst themselves, okay? And some type of people brought in a disease. Well, those diseases then wiped out the entire race of people. Let's think about the holidays coming up, and let's not forget how many people had to die and got spread diseases that weren't a part of their community. Yes, just the same way as when you wanted, y'all remember when there used to be plagues? Rob, just be quiet. You in school and in class with Teacher Beachy now, Professor Beachy, and I'm gonna help y'all out a little bit. The plagues, like the Black Plague. So we'll use the Black Plague for instance. One of the ways it spread wasn't actually person to person. Let's say I decided I want to come over there. Good morning, DOD. I want to take, DOD, it's so much, but we got to keep moving. I want to go, let's say I want to go take out DOD people. One of the quickest ways would be through disease. So what I would do, I would put a contaminated, say a handkerchief or article of clothing that has been contaminated on purpose with black plague fibers, microbes, cells, all that wrapped up in a box. I would take that box and I would deliver it to a largely or small populated area. Nobody really know. They opened the box and it looks like a gift, and all they know is they picked up a handkerchief. They have no idea that handkerchief had been saturated in black plague nastiness. Now that person's contaminated, and that's how it starts. They intentionally put the disease. It wasn't an accident. They just stumbled across the black plague. And then, of course, that was the whole point, and it was effective to wipe out and to weaken those. Black plague. Hey, kill that. You got. Hey, watch your mic. Okay, he got two things playing. Fix that, Rob. That is how that happened, you guys. So the disease is. That's how they wanted to do it. That's warfare. This is bio warfare. Pay attention. So bio warfare, then they didn't call it that. It was, let's just go and disease the folks and wipe them out. You can unmute yourself, Rob, when you fix that. You had an echo. So that was then. You go after Black Plague. You got, I mean, people been, that's trifling as hell. Yeah, you put disease intentionally on people. Well, yeah, it crippled the people. It crippled the, slowed down death. I mean, yeah, people would die off more. That's a strategic act of war. Now you think about the natives, the Native Americans, they were fine. The quickest way to wipe them out, disease was first used. It weakened them. The Native Americans, as you all still keep calling Indians, but the natives were wiped out mostly with disease that came in. They brought the diseases with them in the boat, intentionally contained. We're going to bring a disease, put it in this box, pretend we're giving them treasure. They're going to all be broke out with the deadliest version of chicken pox that they didn't even know existed. No. Brought a disease. You know how evil and diabolical that is? To pack a disease up, put it on a boat, and bring it with you and drop it off on somebody else's goddamn continent. That's evil as the fuck.
No.
That's pretty evil. Back to my...
No evil.
That's not evil?
No.
Oh, that's a good deed?
Yes, sir.
Oh, so now that it's Black people turn, and somebody said, let's get them sicker. We need them to carry all the herpes around. We need to let's go and infiltrate. Let's send women in and get the Black men sick with the herpes, who will then pass it on to the women. By the time at a certain stage, see, this is calculated. You all don't like this type of information because it scares you. This is calculated.
You sound so different. Don't you sound so different, though? Or you do. You sound different.
I think I might have subconsciously summoned up a freaking tornado. Rob, I can't let you back in. Like I'm off. Oh my gosh. I don't even know if y'all can hear me. What's it bad? I went on my mobile because I can't even go hit the end button because the Wi-Fi is off. I done summoned up. I done summoned up some shit. Is I kept hearing trees already scraping the dang on. Hold on, let me turn this off. Hold on. I was hearing trees scraping the windows while I was talking about when I first started talking about all I could find was death. On looking up things, it kept taking me to death, to death, to death, and I was like, okay. I mean, that's awkward timing, but I'm just gonna pretend that didn't happen. Then the more I went on, then I started hearing some more things. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna keep on talking because I'm gonna say what I got to say. And then out of nowhere, I heard a couple drops, and then bam. So it kicked the internet off. If you're lucky and can hear me, put a one. Let me know if y'all can hear me with the little dialogue I got going on. I came on my mobile. Rob, you got kicked off. I'm probably still up here as another person. I mean, I can't even tell if the other me is still up there. It just kicked the whole thing off. All the Wi-Fi in the house is off. All the power is off in the house. It's completely jet black dark. Let me go scramble up a candle and light it. I had to go. I switched to mobile. We have no power here. I know like hell that damn tornado not coming through here. I'm getting tornado. My security system is off. Hold on, let me start getting my ammo and stuff. When the power go off, one of the first things and security system gone, baby, I be reaching for the things. Nobody said anything about tornadoes coming through. The news did not say that. What's going on here? I don't stumbled across some hidden information. Like let's cut off all the internet access and research. Just this girl over here telling people stuff she ain't had no business telling them. What you doing? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I keep seeing you right. I can't bring you up. It's not letting me. I guess I don't have enough power Wi-Fi. Try again. I saw you. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this live is going done went on too dang on long, okay? Um that question's still up there. Let me see if I got enough if I can get it off. I guess we'll just leave it like that. Okay, it's quieting down now. I got my candle lit. Um oh my god. Y'all, I think it's tornadoes. Y'all pray for Beachy that I don't get blown off. It ain't taking me off. Didn't I just give y'all the analogy about the storms? Y'all think that's a coincidence? When I said the rain fell, the streams rose, and the winds beat against the house, but the house was built on a rock and it did not fall, and the same rain fell, the same streams rose, the same winds beat up another house that was built on sand, and that house fell, and it was a mighty, mighty fall. If I say something like that and then all of a sudden it starts raining, you can't tell me nothing. And it's too dang on quiet in here now. I don't hear a sound, no echo, no TV running, no modem. It's just too silent. It's too quiet. I'm about to find all my mobile. What my trap phone at? Let me find my other phone. Shout out to the mobile data that works without the Wi-Fi. Okay, golly. Sorry I couldn't let you back up. Yeah, I gotta say my dang on battery, but y'all know I don't walked out in to tornado weather before to put my phone on charge in the car and walk right back in the house. Worst case scenario, we got blown away, but I'm gonna have me some battery. Let's see. Who is Alexander Gonzalez? A second. Yeah, I'm on it. Look, guys, the I'm gonna try to bear with me for 1 sec, and I'm trying to pull you up. I don't recognize you, and I don't see it. It's probably right, but I'm gonna have to try. Okay, Alexander. Who are we supposed to be? Hang on. What is this? And I gotta at least have and just like be give you no chance like that. Just stay back there. Give me a second. On here. All right. Oh my gosh. I might not be able to click you up. Nope. What the frick? Okay, I have to end this, y'all. What? Why is this up here? I don't want to take it. They won't let me. I cannot. Why is the X not working? I can't even end the live. They're trying to force me to stay on here. Is this on? Y'all, I can't end the damn live. And I thought YouTube will take the whole video if I just let it run. God dang. No, when I turned the phone off, I did, and it just still said live running. That won't end it. You turn the phone off, it's gonna be live running. My phone will be off, but the live is still gonna just be running with nothing going on. That's what I'm just telling you. I have to be able to, the end live button, I have to be able to hit end. It won't end on its own. It's just gonna keep running and running until it hit the 11 hour and 55 minute mark, and then it'll delete itself. And the longer it just keep running with no talking, then YouTube comes and then cuts the whole video because it's like fake people running up fake watch hours, not actually having commentary. I don't have a radio to just play some sounds or some music. You gotta have something going on. You just can't have a mute live running. They take that. It won't end. Will y'all tell somebody how this works? I don't even have no more commentary. I'm good. I can't even let the person up the mobile data not mobiling right. Somebody came back there. I couldn't even bring you up. Rob, I couldn't bring you up, and whoever that other person, if that was I couldn't bring you up. It's not giving me the ability to do that. My mobile data said we carrying you. We can't carry no more. I am so sorry. Owen said, Owen, you not gonna just have me up here. Um I just need the end like I don't understand. I went on the phone to come back in and hit the end live. I'm look, so let me find some elevator music. Boy, talk about a rock hard place. Everything's so digital now. Look, I'm about to pull out that dang. I don't even know my radio with the batteries in it. Like I'm about to be doing all that. I just want the live to end. Service alert just came in. Power outage. Okay, we know that. I don't need you to tell me power outage. I know. I know they go power. I don't need you to tell me that. Oh shit! I can't see. I see y'all's comments, but y'all can't see them. Please end. Okay, hold on, y'all. I got a button to work. I got a button to work. Yes, Brooklyn, Berlin. It won't. I need the end button to work. That's it. I just need when I hit end, I needed to say end live. It was stuck. I'm running on the mobile data and on StreamYard, and it does glitch like that. The laptop, I don't have a hotspot on this one. I have one on the gaming computer. I would have to log into my entire YouTube on there. This has happened before. So as soon as I see the end button light up and let me click it, I can click it and end it. It's just wasting freaking my battery. Because turning my phone off doesn't end the live. That's all I'm telling you. It doesn't end it. It's just going to still you'll see me up. Okay. Okay. It's pink now. Now I can hit the end button. Okay. And I also have 60%. Oh, my security still work at 60% without power. I forgot about that. So I still got security, but it's just limited with the power out. Okay. Bye y'all. It's pink now. English. Uh we ended on a good note. Right? We couldn't have ended at a better time. Y'all just have to go back 2 hour, an hour, I say before this, or hour and a half. If I don't private it, I think I am. I think I'm gonna private this. Yeah, I think y'all not gonna be able to get that. Um, yeah, I'm gonna private it. Oh, it was good. It was good. Even though the information got saved, I'm gonna have to private it, or at least edit out. No, because that's not keeping it real. Oh, I don't know what to do. Um, I don't know what to do about how this ended up. I wasn't prepared or expecting um it to go that dark with the little research I did, and I barely tapped the surface, y'all. I was not expecting it to go that dark. But what I do got, y'all, is I got a book, and I got this book light, and I got Sin City book. So I'm gonna save my battery, you guys, and get on this book because I do got a book light. Screw Wi-Fi. I don't need the internet. I got a book light, and until I fall asleep, now I might as well just stay on up and make sure the house don't get blown off into the dang on Wizard Oz land. But I got me a book I can read, and I think that's the best way because it's privileged to the mind, God's mind, and it'll give me some insight. And maybe after I read that, I'll decide to keep this video up or not, because that was kind of that was a blow. I wasn't just not expecting that type of blow, y'all. I don't even know what type of blow to the face that, like to the gut. That wasn't supposed to happen. That wasn't supposed to happen. Yeah, y'all didn't hear. I was crying. Oh yeah, I was really crying. Like, that wasn't supposed to happen. And nobody did it to me. I was of my own doing, but I had to know. I had to keep looking. You know, when I said curiosity killed, I had to keep searching, and the hell with you, Rob, for saying I'm not no nerd. Yes, I am. You don't understand what a nerd is. We got sexy nerds. We got pretty nerds. We got the nerdy nerds. We got ugly nerds. We got pimply. It's all type of people about that nerd life. And I've been about that nerd life. I'm sorry you just have been limited to the experiences with me, but I am going to get the information and the truth, and I'm going to keep digging, and I'm going to not be able to stop until I'm satisfied with my answer and come up with acceptable an acceptable conclusion to whatever theory is running. I'm just not going to leave it one-sided, open-ended. I need the full answer. That's how you solve the problem. I'm sorry you all don't do mathematics. I'm sorry you don't get, we have to solve the equation. You just can't stop. You just can't give statistics and say, okay, Black women have more herpes than all other women on the planet, and that just be enough, and I have to rock with that. I need to get down to how the hell did that happen, being it true or not. I need to know how, because it wasn't that. That's what I'm talking about. Further you go, further you go, further you go, and getting those answers, and then men being honest enough to say, well, it would have had to come from us. Well, how did y'all get it? Like, and then that's where your answer is. And that comes from, you got to keep working it. Well, I got to tell people how to study. But I can't end it now. And at least I don't feel as down as I did. And it still don't change the fact. It still doesn't change, y'all. And it still's a target. Some of y'all need to redirect your energy and quit being so Black this and Black only that. Yeah, it is Black. Yeah, to an extent, but you're gonna have to go past these superficial topics of dating, marriage, uh, divesting, all that stuff is been overdone. Y'all can, if you want to move ahead, you're gonna have to start opening up um the darker stuff, the more serious topics, like, damn, why is death right there at your door, and it's at my door too, and our other races aren't the answer. That's why the divestors should have been called out. Y'all should have been called the divestors out for lying when they're high up on the end to die. Divesting is not going to stop them from being 6 times more likely to be killed than white women. That's not going to stop you. That's why I'm like, that whole thing's a joke. That's what you should have been running to them. You can divest all day long, but you're still a Black woman. You're 6 times more likely to be killed than a white woman, and you also will most likely to die before her by all these causes right here, starting from the top, working its way down. Like, those don't change. So how the fuck is marrying outside your race gonna change the fact that you're still, hell, you're gonna die before that damn one? Like, that's what y'all should have been doing. If y'all really want to go after, get some free game from Beachy. If you really want to go after a group of people who keep leading with thinking going outside the race is going to be some type of answer, all you have to do is remind them that does not change. You're still who you are. So what are you doing? You all should have been hit when they start talking about deleting the babies. You should have, nobody was able to find the information of what's going on with the immortality with the infant rate. And Oh, I didn't even bring up the fertility with Black women. I was saving that, and I'm gonna keep saving it. I just don't. I, I don't know why y'all didn't have anybody to talk about that. Y'all could have been shut that down. That's what they need to be focusing on. They don't need to be worrying about nothing else but that issue. How did that happen? Why is the infertility with Black women on a rise, like so freaking sky high? How about that? Like, hold on now. You don't need to be worrying about deleting nobody, because yeah, a lot of us coming up barren. That's not funny, but it is more likely to be barren and infertile, our race. So how about that? That's what you should have been doing. You don't need to be worried about that other stuff. You should have been telling them to worry about, make some appointments and see what's going on with your reproductive region, because it's at a steady decline. And when I say steady decline, y'all, I'm talking about, I guess if I didn't know my own statistics when I had to get the hysterectomy and get my whole dang on uterus removed, I didn't know that. So like, oh, that's a common thing with us. Well, hell, I didn't know anything about that. People don't talk about it. Nobody says, "Oh, I've had a hysterectomy. I no longer have a uterus." I don't know why not. It shouldn't matter if you know you've had your children and you don't feel all depressed about the damn thing. But apparently, people don't talk about it. And I come to find out, Black women are extremely high on have to having that procedure. Hence, from stemming from some infertility issues. Then I went all the way to how early those started, and that's like in the teenage years. So we got our women already growing up to come into womanhood and can't, they're barren. I didn't know that was a Black woman thing. Like, I mean, y'all keep talking about the baby mama issue and Black women and baby mamas all the time, and just think everybody got babies on their hips. But you didn't look at the numbers and see the ones that don't. So all the baby mamas carrying the race along. Oh, I'm gonna tear y'all up with that information. Oh, y'all should have helped. I should have never found that. That's a talking point. If you catch this, the baby mamas are carrying the damn Black race. Yeah, because based on the infertility in Black women, we about to be wiped out. Yo, we can't give y'all no sons. You don't got to worry about it. Our infertility is increasing high, and I that can't be undone. That's something genetically in us, like genetically predispositioned to be, for whatever reasons. I look, it's a couple of reasons, but if you're predispositioned to it, you just genetically predispositioned to it. So that should have been the goddamn talking point. You need to be thanking Keisha, Shanquisha, and all those other baby them with all those kids. Thank y'all for the ones who can have babies, for producing to carry the damn race on. Because if they wasn't, baby, we'd be looking real thin if we're not already thin. See how that worked? See, I just gave you a double-edged sword. What I just gave you was a double-edged sword. Let them stop having babies and see what happened. Now I get why when I was in there, where are all the Black people at the OBGYN office? I wasn't seeing no sisters. Our fertility is not fertility like it's supposed to be. Okay. And it keeps getting worse and worse. I haven't gotten those answers yet, but I'm going to do my best to look for them. Whether I share them with this platform, I don't know. But I will be. I will have the correct information ready to share with y'all once I finish digging. But you might want to thank your baby mamas for carrying on the race, because it's not looking too good. You niggas those are dying, and we are dying right behind you. We ain't that far behind y'all asses. Without the children, we wouldn't probably be here. Without the children, we wouldn't even be here. So Maybe somebody else has went that far and that deep, and I don't know the numbers. Yeah, I would have to. It would take me a couple of months at least to get all that. Look at our productive rate, and then I'm gonna have to go into multiplying, divide, and by the death rate. To predict. See, this is when it started to get super creepy and uncomfortable to predict based on our rate of production against the rate of how expediently dying. How soon can you expect the black race to continue on? You following me? Yeah, you can do that. And somebody already has done that. And this is why I am the way I am. And this is why Bishi for the win. Because I already know somebody's done that. I'm telling y'all things that somebody else has already done. Somebody else has already calculated and figured out, I like to do my own and figured out, oh, at this rate, if it keeps going this way, there won't be any black people by this year, X amount, or very few, very sparse. They did that quite a while back. That's why I was able to get what I was able to get. I was kind of shocked. Like, wait, well, hold on. Wait a second. Y'all talking about all the baby mamas. Y'all better be happy about them. They keeping us alive. God got a sense of humor, huh? Y'all, God got a sense of humor. Y'all might want to fall back on those baby mamas and on the hate. Fall back on that hate you putting out there to them. They are carrying the race of the black people. All the unwed black women with children are carrying this race along. We are dying out super fast. Men, y'all first. We're right behind y'all. We're not very far. And twice as quick to die. Then I'm twice as quick to die as the white woman. 6 more times murdered. No matter which cancer I get, I'm most likely to die. Like, I went through the cancers from breast, ovarian, cervical. I didn't hit the uterine or kidney because I already had a feeling where it was going to go. I was getting so much bad news on study. I really was getting so depressed. I'm like, come on, we need a win somewhere. We need a win somewhere. We need a win. I got to find our win. Or like, come on, we can't go out like this. We can't go out like this. And I'm not making a joke of it, and I'm not making light of it. I'm simply showing how. Stop your talking points. Stop what y'all doing and start trying to understand where you're going. Can't do nothing about why the gender war. Yeah, the gender war is over. You don't need to worry about it because we won't even be here. The kids are carrying on the dang on torch of the race. So it's just something maybe to plant in your head the next time y'all want to jump up there and remind everybody, black women and all carrying all the herpes. Well, you gave it to the men who gave it to us, and that's the ultimate goal was to just completely destroy. This is terrible. This is terrible. This was some serious plotting going on, and it is evil. Oh, is that Dre? Did Dre say we will win? I can see a comment now. Hey, I can see our comments now. We gonna win, Dre. Are you with you team black? We for the win. I took so many blows. Y'all, I never took. I'm so glad y'all like my spirit. Thank you, Rob, for helping me change the tune. I never took that many blows in one quick. We call it a quick research. That wasn't a full research. What I did was a quick research, and it took several hours. But I went into the data and I looked at, okay, let me see. And then I did do some comparisons from 20 years ago. And that's when I'm like, well, hold on. How we jump up here? We didn't hardly have no this. And now all of a sudden we got all this, which means somebody transfer. Like, that's what we call a transfer of, I don't want to use energy, but like I said, destiny swap. Somebody swap places. Another word for that is usurp. How the hell they swapped us over? It used to be another race was more likely to contract had HPV. It was another race that more prone to cervical cancer. It was another race carrying herpes. Okay. What happened? Those are questions that'll make you motherfucking start realizing we got duped, we got tricked. Okay. And the women did not give themselves the STD. So stop it. The men have to, come on now. And then the babies. If I wouldn't have went into the birth defects, because I had to check the babies, let me see what's going on with the babies being born. I might not have been so down about it, but yeah, that kind of that triggered me, because I knew it wasn't that long ago. Wasn't nobody autistic over here. Y'all can play blind, dumb, and mute and Helen Keller all day long, but where I'm from, we know. How come from a certain age, like around mine and down or up, no one's autistic? Then here, 1 in 3 of our kids autistic. What the fuck's going on here? Who's tampering? Who's doing what? What's going on? Can we get a real answer? Probably not, because it's gonna be some evil genius type of shit. Like, what's going on here, y'all? Like, come on now. Who messing with the babies and stuff? It just don't work that way. You just don't wake up and everybody got birth defects that never had any. Somebody put those there. Okay, stop playing, manipulating science. Y'all not ready for that type of teaching, because you want to live in the dark ages. No, yeah, I look, Dre. I wasn't, and the thing about it, Dre, I wasn't trying to go that far. Dre, all I was trying to do was verify some numbers and try to figure out how did Black women double in the STD rate? Like, where? I needed an answer, because you're not going to just tell me that when I knew 20 something years ago, 25 years ago, nobody, we just didn't have herpes, okay, in our community. Didn't even know what that was. It was some other things, and now we leading with it. Like, how that didn't just happen by chance, and it didn't happen overnight. All it took was like about a quarter of a century, and then I'm trying to do the years with, okay, let me see, because I based on the population growth, I could say it would have been over 20. This happened over like a quarter century, about 25 years. That's all it took to contaminate a population of people. Like, dang. And that's, okay, what else y'all got? And I just kept going, and everywhere I went, it all gave the same answer. It was like death, death, death. I'm like, hold up. Nobody's luck is that bad, like nobody's. That's just not how. No, you just can't have that bad of luck. You're leading in death. You go here is death. If you get cancer, you're more likely to die. If you get this, you're more likely to die. Like, everything we got, we dead first. Like, who put us on the goddamn chopping block for all the deaths? Even the Grim Reaper, like, now hold on. Every time I turn around, I got to collect some Black people. There's an unequal distribution of passing out of the death. Dre, it's an unequal distribution of passing out death. This is not equal. It should be one in this and one in no. It's just bam. Hold on now. It's not enough of us. That's the whole thing. We represent the smallest. We're the smallest group of people, but we're the most to die in every area. We're not winning anywhere except on the goddamn basketball court and the football. We is on the basketball court. Everywhere we dying. Golly. No matter what I said that's highly suspicious here. Highly suspicious. What are the odds? Nobody's luck is that bad. You just done put all the reapers. Let's go over there, take them out. Like, what the fuck? Wait, nobody else? How we what we most barren women of all women? Infertility is the highest black female, but yet we're the most unwed. Well, yeah, and we're not the most with children now. Like, we're the most infertile race. Don't ask me how it happened because you look around and everybody got kids. So we think the illusion that the black woman got all these babies, and we are popping our heads left and right. No, we are first whole. That's all. And still may not just want to say I have not been able to have children. I probably say the same thing. I don't think it should be. I don't have any kids this time. Damn, it's a hard pill to swallow. I mean, please don't get offended that I said, but that's what I believe with, because it's not the reason. It's not the reason that you're not able to see. It's not. It's private. And it's personal. You don't owe anybody that. But you know that you are not a minority of the race. You're quite a few. So yeah, that's a you ain't mad at me, y'all, for asking questions, but I wanted to answer. So I'm right now looking around none. Lion King, I have a lantern somewhere that's with me, but I think I have to at the time. So I don't know what the lantern is. Can I get a lantern? I think it's in your room, but I got that. And I'm about to get my charger. The echo, I don't like. It's too quiet. Just quiet, and then just I feel like that outside. Do you see this? I'm going out here. Y'all here? If I get away, is that a truck? Oh, that's the man in his car. Is that a truck? Over. What is that in the yard? Oh shit! Yeah, Karen, something blue in our yard. Can't see what it is. Oh my gosh! A tornado will come through here. Do you see that over there? That's laying right there in the yard. Y'all, well, they ain't blowing my goddamn gonna call me. I can't tell what that is. That their trash can. I don't know. Y'all saying blue. I don't know what that is in my yard, but it's big. It's not a tree. Why he out here with it? So I don't know. I really don't care. Just some blow in my vehicles and I be okay. Yeah. Oh, hold on, you guys. Okay. Yeah.